Welcome and
Greetings.
hello.
Yes.
We
What's
are back.
up?
Oh shit! With another episode of the Fantastic Four minus one.
-1.
Yes,
Shalana's in LA,
Jalon.
living his best life, living his hot boy summer. So she
Right.
pop off all in LA in the LA streets.
I was watching that story. I was like, you having fun over there. I can't be mad at you.
I know both of y'all been living it up in LA. It's
It
this time for me to go
seems
out there
okay.
next.
Right.
Okay, but
Florida
y'all.
superior, Miami superior. I feel like than LA.
Absolutely not. Miami's a fucking hot swamp.
What?
I got a story about Miami, so like
I
I
do
don't know.
too.
I
Miami's
wanna recreate
gorgeous.
the memories, in Miami. That's what I want to do.
Oh, you want to see? I need to go to Miami and do it over because this
Yeah.
last Miami trip was not the way that it needed. It cost me $20,000 fucking dollars after. You know what I mean? So it wasn't the
Ooh.
best. I need to do my Miami trip over.
Right.
But yeah. But how's everybody doing?
Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good. I've been just doing a lot of course, the inner work. I'm still on semen retention. It's a consistent thing. I'm on day 8 now, but it's a consistent thing. I think I'll always do now. I've been listening to Molly Brazy. I don't know if you know about her. She's kind of like an underground female rapper. Oh my gosh,
I've
so
heard
good.
of her. I've heard
Yeah.
some of her songs before, but I don't just listen.
She's
to her.
kind of like hit or miss. She's never really stuck for me. But this last mixtape she put out, I'm like, yes. And I feel like we gotta support the girls who want to be mumble rappers. You know what I mean? We support boys who want to be mumble rappers. Why can't girls be mumble rappers too? And that's what she does, and that's what she gives, and it's a vibe. You have a drink, you're going out. It's just a fun mixtape or whatever it is. But
Maybe I should
yeah,
listen to her.
you should.
I'm gonna
It
have
was
to check that
pretty
out,
good.
'cause
It was
I've
actually
never
pretty
heard of
good. I was shocked. Molly Brazy, yeah. But that was my week.
My week's been pretty stressful. I've been dealing with a lot of different discharges or exits from my program, along with people coming in, learning new stories, different things. But the weekend's been pretty good, just resting and stuff, a lot of self-care. So I've been running a lot too, which has been a really, really good, big help for self-care also.
Oh, I
'Cause
think
I
I
used
may
to-
go run today after.
It's
I think I
good
just
though.
wanna
It's like
go
gives
just
you
do a
energy.
sprint.
hmm
And probably curse and sprint. You know what I mean? Just let off
Yeah,
all
I
my
get that.
fuck,
That'd
bitch,
be nice.
You know?
Yeah, get some
And then
energy off.
cry after,
Mhm.
right?
It's a good release. It's a good release.
It is a
No,
good emotional
honestly.
release.
But yeah, for me it's been pretty good. I've been literally working like a motherfucker. Like, I had packed my whole studio up, and I did an interview with a guy out in Sacramento. I did an interview with him. He's an artist. Deli Bo. I met him with him in the studio. Yeah, that was an
That's so
experience because I'd
awesome.
never done that before. But I was like, okay, maybe I want to go try and like bring
Oh my
my shit on
gosh.
site. So I packed
Right.
everything up. And then went down there. That was interesting. And then
Yes.
I've been moving shit around here. People are always like, Armand, you're always changing. You always do this. What the fuck is wrong with you? Bitch, I have a studio. So maybe one day I want to be on a blue wall. Maybe one day I want to be on this wall.
Mhm.
I
Right.
like to change things up. And I like to just, when you're at home and you work for yourself, you just got to get to a point where you just try different shit out, as a content creator. So that's kind of pretty much what I've been doing this
Yes.
week. Just figuring out
Ooh.
content, adding new things and trying shit and playing with all this equipment that I've purchased over the years. But it's cool. I'm doing some work today, so that's kind of why it looks like kind of crazy over here right now, just because I'm like, all right, I didn't want to break everything down just
Right.
to do the show right now.
It's giving
You know.
spring cleaning vibes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And we're
Yeah.
both
I mean-
picking it up. Yeah.
Right. And I feel like that with some of my friendships, actually. Oh gosh, I've been dealing with. It's so unfortunate, and it's naturally happening energetically, and it's,
Yes. Oh, let's
yeah,
talk
like
about that.
nothing that I want to happen. I mean, this is just happening all around me. It seems like where I'm losing friends, or they're just falling by the wayside and slipping off like water off a duck's back, as they say.
Have you guys ever heard of Moldavite before?
What's that?
So Moldavite is actually supposed to be this stone, because I'm into spirituality and stuff. It's supposed to be this very green stone, and when you wear it, it starts to clear things out in your life.
Ooh.
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
supposed to be like a
I don't have that
life-changing
one.
stone. There's this thing on TikTok about it and everything. So when you were talking about that, I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah.
Sounds great
But
for spring.
Yeah, like it's supposed to change your
That's
life
so
for the
cool.
better, but all kinds of things happen. Like this one girl was talking about, well, it's not funny, but this one girl was talking about like her boyfriend disappeared after she started wearing the stone.
Mm,
He was out, you know what I'm saying?
damn. That's
No, but you
terrible.
know what? I want to piggyback off of that because, like, I feel like that's kind of happening to me too. But it's not. But like, it's like I'm not even mad at anybody. Like, I'm not even
No.
like. It's just that I don't know. Like, I'm not talking to people right. Like, I'm just focused on other things to where like maybe like some of my friendships were like we're not communicating as much. But I'm not. I don't feel any kind of way. It's just
No.
the energy is not there right now for us to be like maybe we were on the phone or hanging out all the time every day, and I just feel
Consistent.
like right now I'm in a season where that's not where it's going, like, you know what I mean, but
Mhm.
it's not a problem though. So you know what I mean, I
Right.
don't have any, like, I literally am not beefing with anybody, but I'm
No
like in
one.
this bubble right now,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's like I'm just focusing on like what's right in front of me, and it's like, and I don't have a desire to go outside of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I
It's
mean, I
so
feel like the
interesting.
people that are meant to be in your life are going to respect that and then meet up with you whenever you get to the place where you can chill and kind of like, you, okay, you know, I can talk to this person, hang out with this person, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of our friends need that time separate to themselves to kind of work
Hmm.
on themselves, especially at this age range. You know what I mean? You kind of
Mhm.
gotta take some time and focus on you because you can't just be with your friends all the time. I mean,
Well, especially not when you're working. And then I also
ooh,
realized
yes,
that
when you work from home.
for me, I can be a little bit anal towards my friends and kind of like a know-it-all too, right?
Mm,
That I come across that way sometimes. I'll be honest. So in certain situations, I just have to let people live their lives because
yes,
Right, right.
yes.
I feel like I could end up taking on some things that they do. Then I get mad. I'm like, I can't get mad because
Hmm.
you didn't do XYZ or you didn't do certain things that I think that would be more beneficial for
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Do you feel
So
like
I
you're an
can take those
empath?
things on. So then you know what I have to do? I gotta let you do what you gotta do, but like
Yeah.
I gotta keep moving because like I don't know, you know how you try to help people or you try to give people
Yeah, or
advice
give them
and different things,
encouragement.
and
Yeah.
You can't make
people
them do
don't
anything.
listen. They
Yeah.
just don't listen.
They
And you're like,
don't.
bitch,
It,
I
it
can't, I
doesn't. It's
can't.
the brick
Yeah.
I
wall ear
can't, but
emoji.
I'm not like I'm not
Yes,
mad, but
mm-hmm.
I can't.
Because you want
As
to see
long
everyone around you do
for
well.
me, what it is you could do whatever you want to do as long as I don't have to keep hearing that same problem that I tried to help you with. That's
Yes.
fine, but don't keep calling me because I will straight up tell you I'm a nice person, but after a while, yo, this is the same problem. I done already tried to help you. Like if you want to go that direction, do that, but don't keep complaining about that same problem.
Right.
For me, that's irritating.
Right.
Very much so.
Like stop.
Right. And people have to realize things on their own. That's what this has taught me a lot of. Like people just have to realize things on their own. You can't control anything
Mhm.
really that's outside of you. You know.
Sometimes lessons though they hit different when you actually go through them versus listening to somebody tell you not to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like the experience. And some
Hmm.
people have to go through that shit and then they realize for themselves like I shouldn't have did that. But
Yeah,
Right.
because I realized that I would be spending a lot of time trying to like pour into my different friends and like try to tell them shit. And it's like, we'll get off the phone and y'all do the exact opposite. It's just
mhm.
like,
Like,
I'ma
bro,
leave him. He's toxic. Oh my God. Thank you so much for
oh my
helping me. And then you
gosh.
running right over there to go do the same thing.
that's stupid. And I just be
It's
like, and then I find
redundant.
myself getting upset for
Yeah.
it. And I'm just like,
You're getting
why am
sucked
I
in these
like, bitch, I'm not
cycles.
about to get upset for this bitch. This bitch don't even give a fuck. Like, I gotta
Right.
focus on me. Like, I'm over here getting mad, and I'm like, what am I getting mad for?
Hmm.
This is
Right.
stupid.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely get it. So then
Hmm.
inevitably, I just end
It's
up being like,
natural.
okay, it's not my business, so I can't because you don't care, I don't care. Like I can't.
Right. People have to
But yeah,
realize things on their own. So I
yeah,
need
Exactly.
some time to realize things because if I can't do it, you need to do it yourself.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's that on that. Okay, so let's jump into some of these topics. Let's start first with James Charles. So you guys know
Yes.
Sister. We talked about it here
What he
before.
do
She was
this
dating,
time?
talking to the young kids,
Right,
little
this
boys,
time.
this, that, and the third, 17-year-olds. She said that they were allegedly telling her in her DM that they were 18, but then they came out and said that they were 17. And James Charles made the video. And since then, he has been demonetized off of YouTube, and his collaboration with Morphe Cosmetics has been dissolved. And
Mm.
he's now taking a break from social media and YouTube and all of that. And so, what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think this is the end of James Charles and the sister brand?
You know what? The first time that he did that, maybe we could excuse it. But the fact that there's been many other accounts where he's doing the same thing, at that point, it's kind of like, what is the issue? Like, what is it that's attracting you to these young men? Like, what's the real reason for that? So for me, I'm kind of like questioning that at that point. You know, he looks young. Maybe something happened or whatever where he feels frozen in time. So that's the only thing that he's attracted to. But you're gonna need to get over that because it's ruining your brand and your business. You know,
he should get over it. But how old is he? Isn't he only like 22? You know, let's not act like he's dating 10-year-olds or something. I mean, what, they're 17?
16, 17, that's still a very big difference. Like mentally, that is a big difference.
That's true. That's true. I'm not going to act like, I just feel like there's different layers, different levels of pedophilia. And that, to me, that's like on the outer side of it, or like the lesser,
I'm gonna be honest,
serious side.
When I was 16, 17, talking to a 20-year-old, and I didn't feel like they were like taking advantage of me.
Me either. They're nice.
But see, this is how you solve that. Invite him to a bar. Invite the man to a bar. Oh yeah, such and such, okay, let's go meet at a bar. And if you can't pay for the drink yourself or show your ID to show that you own the drink, then you are younger than you say that you are. But he should have learned that after the first time. Like after the first time,
I don't feel like he was really tricked that much. For some reason,
he talked about it. He talked about it, and then he went back towards it. So for me, I feel like he might know that. Like, dude, you know that.
You know, I just think it's so interesting now. The times have changed because I remember, like, my mom was 17 or something when she had me, and my dad was like definitely over 20.
Right, times have changed.
Like, he was like 21. like no shade. Like you know, our parents were like they were doing that. You know, or at least mine were. But lots it's interesting. But now everything now is just so, you know, this is like I have like fucking anxiety, like being a content creator and just being a personality and being a public figure. Because now I'm like, bitch, did I commit a crime? Because it's like you've got content creators all over. Like people are coming out of the woodworks saying that people are, you know, you got them from fucking, you know, T.I. and Tiny to James Charles to fucking even my, you know, Larry Reed.
To me, it's so many different levels,
everybody's saying that somebody has come out and is sexually assaulted them and has been a predator. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Now I'm going back in my mind, bitch. Can somebody say that about me?
I don't feel like James Charles should. Sorry.
The world is in a sensitive place right now. So I think that like if you are some kind of content creator or someone with influence or power, the only thing that you can do to protect yourself is to be hyper aware of like where you are right now. So, you did a couple of things back then. Hopefully it wasn't nothing bad, but be aware of where you are now. Is this person who they say they are? What's their motive behind being around you, which sucks, but that's just the place that we're at because people are getting exposed left and right for all kinds of stuff.
Bitch, I go through my mind like, bitch, let me see all my encounters, bitch. I know I'm good, but I'm just, no, serious, because you just never know. A motherfucker just came out of the blue. Oh, yeah, Armand touch. Wait, bitch, what? Hold on. But I'm so glad, like, I got a hold of just kind of became very self-aware, like, over the last, like, 6-7 years. Like, I even got to a point where, like, when I was on Facebook, you know how you talk to guys and stuff, you know, you would, like, send me news. Like, I don't even send news. Like, I haven't sent news in almost fucking 6 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I got very like to a point where like I know what I'm gonna do, I know what I'm gonna be, and I would never want a person to be able to just like try to expose me for some shit, you know?
Because they're salty and hating or mad or whatever. Like, no.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so Jeff, with the James Charles situation, I just think he has way too much influence, way too much money, way too much fame, way too much access to be doing that. And I think that he does use a little bit of his celebrity to leverage, because my thing is this: why not find somebody older? Why do you keep seeking out these fresh, you know, out of high school kind of guys? We're not in that time period right now. So just stop DMing people, you desperate, thirsty queen.
But you
Like,
know what
girl.
though? I think that part of that, going back to what I was saying before, like part of the reason why he's messaging those young boys is because it's a lot easier to manipulate and control those kinds of guys. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
feel like he
you're
just is
James
attracted
Charles,
to
and
them. I don't think he's thinking that. I think he's just
because it's like
attracted to them.
he doesn't have to think about it. But I mean, come on, he's 6, 7 years older than you. It's James Charles. He has the power. He has the influence. So you're naturally going to gravitate towards him. And I think that in some way that does help him. He feels like he has the advantage to actually talk to people, you know? Whereas if he was to talk to somebody more on his level, maybe he doesn't feel comfortable with that. Not to say that it's right, but I feel like that's where that's at.
Yeah, not to say that it's right. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't feel like it's as serious as talking to a young child or something. I feel like that can be acknowledged also, because I don't think he should be doing it, but I think it could be acknowledged that, you know, he's not touching kids or something. He's just talking to guys. I mean, it's wrong and inappropriate. I'm just saying this happens a lot in the gay community, and it still does. So I don't blame him for feeling like he can do this when the gay community has always had this going on. I feel, or people in general. But
my thing though is that when you get to a certain level of status, especially as a gay man, because we're very few and far between with that, wouldn't you think to kind of like think about that? Because people
I understand the business sense.
People always think of us as being predatory anyway. Like, oh, I don't want you around my kid because I don't want you to turn my kid gay. Like, are you not aware of that? You know, that's just another way to take somebody like that down. If that is the case and he doesn't mean what he's been doing, you know, which I feel like deep down inside, maybe he doesn't. It's a subconscious thing, but he needs to work that out because that's not good. I'm just saying, like, you need to work that out.
But okay. So my thing is, what's the difference in? Okay, I get it. Okay, so let's go here. Oh God, I hate to. Okay, no, I don't even want to do that. Because I was gonna use an analogy of somebody that we knew, but I didn't even want to go there. But I'll just say it like this. Okay, so James Charles is dating somebody that's 17, right? So what's the difference when you have maybe a successful person, you know, in the industry that's like 45 and they're fucking with a 24-year-old?
Right, because we can't act like 22 is a grown person like that.
Like, are you still? I mean. Are you still secretly like? What is that like for you to go? Like that's half. Like that could be your child at that point. Like so. Like is the mentality different because it's now legal?
Legal, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, to be honest with you, my dad is actually dating somebody. My dad is actually dating somebody that's the same age as me, and to me, it's more of those things where like you gotta be stuck in that age period in order to date somebody like that, or at least want some kind of control. Because if a person is that much older than you, they have so many more experiences with people that you have not had. And yes, you can benefit off the money and the other stuff, but at the same time, like, yo, this person has so much more experience. So they know how to play their cards and they know how to keep control of you. So I don't really agree with those kinds of things, like whether it's legal or not. If that person is not aware, they don't have people around them that are more mature, then it leads to a problem. At least know what you're going into. Like, yeah, I'm gonna date this older dude. Like, it's nothing serious. This is what I want. But a lot of people go into that and don't know what they want. And then they find themselves with somebody twice as old with twice as the amount of experience. You know what I'm saying?
Because I don't know. I just think, okay.
So wouldn't that be worse than what James Charles is doing? Because James Charles is only 22. I mean, when you're 22, you know, you don't really have it figured out. He has a lot of money, but mentally.
I know we can probably get it. I mean, and I see, like you're saying, like James Charles 22 and they're underage. But I mean, what if the age limit?
They're underage, but they're 17. You know,
or what if it was 16? Because in some countries it's 17 or 15. You know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like somebody 50 years old or like 45 years old dating like a 22-year-old is a little bit more weirder to me than James Charles talking to a 17-year-old at 21 or 22.
That makes sense. That makes sense because they're closer in age. We're going by if it's legal or not.
Maturity. They're closer in maturity because even when we fill out stuff on surveys, it'll tell you like 24 to 35, and then what is it, like 17 to about 24. So yes, they are in maturity. Like when we're looking at maturity, they are in the same realm. But somebody that's twice as old as you from like 22, you're like 52, like dude, that's a big jump. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of developmental stuff that goes on into that.
All right. So yeah, well that I mean that's just an interesting situation. I don't know. But yeah.
I just wish he wouldn't though,
I
because
mean,
like he's a very prominent gay figure in the community, whether we agree with what he's doing or not. And that's one other person within the LGBTQ plus community that's down. You know what I'm saying? You're being categorized as being somebody that's engaging in pedophilia. Again, you know, the same stereotypical thing that people think that we are doing, which
But why
sucks.
was it okay when Tiger was dating Kylie? He was 25. She was 17. Everybody was saying, oh, she's a different kind of 17-year-old because she was rich. You know what I mean? Like there was an
right.
excuse there. Like because she's had life experiences, you know? So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because Tiger didn't get canceled and he was clearly fucking Kylie.
I mean, and she was looking more mature though with that surgery, so people kind of forgot at the end of the day. Not to say it's right, but at the same time, you know, she had the means to make herself look more mature.
I think we're just going by if it's legal or not.
No, it's
Yeah.
not
Most
legal.
most of the
It's
time.
still wrong.
Yeah,
It's
we're
still
going by
wrong.
it's not legal, but mentally though, it has to be something very interesting in you to be a
I mean, I don't.
40-year-old something man to want to date somebody that's 20 years old, right?
Society just
Well,
became modernized. We just became this modern society where we're like, oh, 5 years
Whether it's
age
legal or
difference.
not, what
What are
does
you trying
that
to rob
say
the cradle?
mentally for you?
well, to be fair, women are more mature than men. So a woman that's younger dating an older man makes more sense because they are more mature than men most
But I'm
times.
okay. Let's talk about gay men now. So a gay man dating a younger gay man like that.
No, no, because their maturity levels are pretty much stuck where their age is at. And a lot of times they're either the maturity level of their age or a little bit younger than that, a lot of times. Whereas the women actually are more mature in a lot of different ways.
Interesting.
I'm just it's just I just say that I feel like we're holding James Charles to the fire just because over a technicality because it's written, but it's
Yes.
like you can't tell me that well, okay, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like 5 year difference versus a 45-year-old and a 20-year-old. That's okay.
I don't like that. I just don't
Right.
like it. It's something
That's
about it. It's
okay
just like
because it's
no,
technically legal. To me, if 17 to 22 is weird, 40 to 20 is definitely weird.
they're both weird. They're both weird.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. They're both weird.
Um, so I was just saying. All right, so boom. Let's move on to Miami. So Rolling Loud. Okay, let's look at this lineup real quick. I don't know. Let me see if it's going to show, guys. Rolling Loud in Miami. I wish you guys would be there, but the shit has sold out.
Oh my
I got my
gosh.
ticket. Miles, you live not too far from the venue, so I'm definitely going
Yeah,
to
it's
see
not too
you.
far. Yes, most definitely.
There are so
They
many
got so many
artists
people.
Look at all these
on
people
this
I don't
list.
know.
You know, from male to female. I mean, it's just literally everybody. But one artist that is not on here that I just think that definitely should be on here is Saucy Santana. Now,
Yeah.
to me, I feel like Saucy Santana has been shaking the room and being very much so consistent. And he's a lot more relevant than a lot of the artists that are actually on the lineup. However, I do feel like there is a smidget, tad inch bit of homophobia and the reason that he's not on this lineup because
Yes.
he's made viral songs. He is got great beats. He's definitely a big deal. He's a celebrity.
Yes.
Like he is very popular. He's got a strong following, a strong fan base. He's probably got more hit records than some of these people that are on this list probably
A
got
lot of
more
them.
followers, more fans. You know what I mean? So the fact that he's
Hmm.
not on here, to me, I think it's a bit of a snub. What do you guys
Hmm.
think?
Definitely a snub. Oh my
I
gosh.
definitely agree with that, especially since while you were showing us the list, I noticed that the City Girls were on there. So it's kind of like, yo, Santana has put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And he's also a part of the Miami crew. So why is he not on there? You know, like I don't.
Yeah,
think,
he should be right up there next to City Girl's name. Like his name could be pretty big on there. It shouldn't be like too low down or any too
well,
low.
even if he was like, I wouldn't even. He didn't even have to be. Excuse me. He didn't even have to be on City Girls type time. But he definitely.
He could have been on the top row. I'm sorry.
There's a couple
Who are the people
on
there?
that
I gotta
list.
look.
There's a couple people on that list I'm not familiar with. So
okay,
like,
let's go Friday. ASAP Rocky, 21. Okay, now ASAP Rocky's the headliner for Friday. So then we got 21 Savage, Lil Baby, Playboy Cardi, Trippie Redd, Rick Ross, Ski Mask, Slump God, City Girls, The Kid Laroi. I don't think Saucy Santana should have been on that top list.
Okay, that's fine.
On that one. Lil Tecca, Lil Skies, Moneybagg Yo, NLE Choppa, 42 Doug, 2C, S9, Flo Milli, Moray, DDG, Currency. I don't think he should have been up there either.
He could have been up there. He could have took Flo Milli's spot. I'm sorry. If we're talking about relevance, they're on the same level. Relevance, Flo Milli and Saucy Santana.
Flo Milli does. She goes though, like low key. She really does go though. I like My Attitude. I like that song.
No, she's a great artist. I'm just saying in terms of relevance.
So
he should have definitely been
one.
Row
not the
4.
bottom row.
I feel like row 4 is where he should have been.
Where Erica Banks.
Towards the, well, wait.
No, I'm sorry, Erica. Love you, but he should be ahead of that.
Erica Banks should have been. Well, no, because Erica Banks had a hit. So Erica Banks.
Saucy had a hit too. Saucy's relevant. He's kept City Girl's name alive.
But at the same time,
however, Saucy Santana has never had a Billboard entry.
That's true.
So Erica Banks should be at least a row above Saucy Santana. Hell, I think both of them shouldn't be on the lower end of the.
Okay, so maybe Saucy Santana is not on Friday night. So then let's go to Saturday night with Travis Scott. He definitely is not on the list with Young Thug, Roddy Ricch, Kodak Black, Gunna, Sway Lee, Don Toliver, Lil Durk, Nav, Polo G. He's not going on that list. But he could go next to Son of Fort Vegas, Dave East. Blueface, like he could go on that.
Yeah, if they go put Blueface on there,
so he could go on that third row. He literally could go on that third row, and it's no shade against Armani Caesar, but he could have replaced her for. I don't know anybody on this last row.
Black Zach, I know you lying.
They need to take Blueface off that second row. Put him on the bottom part of the row and put Saucy Santana up at the top because we ain't heard nothing from Blueface since that one song.
Yeah.
Like, no.
This is disappointing. You could tell they really don't want to legitimize him because they know he has it. He has everything. He has the X Factor. He has the bars. He has good songs.
And he got the shape too. You know what
They're scared. They're scared. He has the shape. He has the body.
Looking shapy.
They really don't want him to be a legit artist or seen as a legit artist in the hip hop community because that would make him it. Like he should have.
Yeah, I just think that it's so sad that no matter how much work we put in as gay men, we still are always seen as a handbag or people are afraid to put us in a position. But he literally is shifting the culture. But no, people are not wanting to co-sign him. But actually, he did a Walk remix with Fat Man Scoop. So that's dope.
He's an artist. He's like an artist.
Fat Man Scoop.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Fat Man?
Yes, you do.
He worked with Sierra, right? You know.
Timberland, what's my name? Fat Man Scoop. He's the hype man.
Music makes me lose control.
Oh, okay. I know that song. I know that song. Oh, him?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's everybody knows Fat Man Scoop.
Yes.
You know him.
I know his sound. I know his sound.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's awesome.
So then let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next row.
Yes.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, y'all.
Definitely. They're scared. They're probably like,
okay, so Post Malone. First of all, I didn't even understand how A$AP Rocky was the main headliner over Lil Baby, but I think that A$AP Rocky was the headliner for last year, and so since it got canceled, they just rolled a lot of these over.
You know, A$AP Rocky has a special place in my heart, so I'm not gonna comment too much.
Okay.
So they have Rob Banks coming out. Oh my gosh.
So Post Malone, then you got Lil Uzi Vert, DaBaby, Megan Thee Stallion, Tyga, Gucci Mane, Road Wave, Lil J. J. Carlo, Lil Yachty, Suicide Boys, Pooh Shiesty. He's not going on the first three rows.
No.
But he could have went on the fourth row. I think he could have been on on this day. He could have been on the fourth row. What a third one.
If Puya could be there, if Puya could be on the second row, so could Saucy Santana. Come
Well,
on
the third
now.
one, because Ruby Rose hasn't had that many hits.
Ruby
Although I
Rose,
do
who's
like Ruby,
that? Where's her
I
album?
do like Ruby
Get
Rose,
her
Big
out.
Mouth. If y'all haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. But
It's an album or
still,
a
other than
song.
it's just one song.
I need more. I need more from
And
these
I'm looking at
artists.
the top one. You got Ken the Man up here. Saucy Santana could have replaced Ken the Man.
Is Sweetie here?
Yeah, that's true.
Sweetie's not there, but Mulatto is
Oh.
there though.
Yeah,
Oh. Wow.
Mulatto, and he's not at that point though. I feel like
I
we could have
mean,
But
took
they did a
Ruby.
record together, so he definitely could
yeah,
have been
he.
there.
Come on.
Y'all got to be at least on the same line or
Yeah,
maybe
he could have
one
been there in
below.
general.
Because I don't know who Blast is. I don't know who
There's
that
a
is.
lot.
Ruby Rose only had one song, so I'm not really sure. I feel like there's definitely some kind of snub activity going on,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
That'll make
especially
him
with
legit.
it being in Miami. Like if it wasn't in Miami, then we could question it. But it's the same city that you claim. Like why am I not there?
Now, do you guys think that the City Girls are going to bring him out, or do you think that
Maybe
they
if they
should?
I don't know
think
if
they're
they
gonna bring
would,
him
but
out.
I feel like they should though. I feel like they should.
I think
but
it's secretly shade with them. I don't think that they're going to.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe they love him behind the scenes and all that, but I don't think they're gonna bring him out.
They
I don't
don't
think. I
even-
think they can only do so much though. I don't think they're really in charge like that. These City Girls, who are they?
I would hope so, but I've always
I love
thought
them.
of Santana as being like a male version of Carisha because they kind of rap the same. Like they have the same kind of flow.
Definitely, they have that same vibe. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I just.
Some
I don't
people are
think they're
saying
gonna
that
bring
they
him
feel
out.
like the City Girls have to bring him out, and I'm just like,
They don't have to. I
They
feel
don't
like
have
just
to.
like how you were saying, Miles. I feel like they have
should.
less control than we really realize.
Yeah,
I don't think
they
they
just
would
came
have the
out. They're
ability.
City Girls. They're not like Madonna. Like, come on now, you can't expect them to just do
Yeah.
anything they want to do. They barely had a good performance ever.
Now, what I
So,
will say is
let's
that
see.
if they did bring him out, he would definitely hype up their concerts because them concerts, I
Definitely.
love them.
yeah,
But they
Yes.
there was one video that I saw where Carisha literally was reaching for her phone and recorded them singing her song, and she wasn't
do you
moving.
think
I'm
that-
like,
But do you think that they're a little bit kind of like intimidated, or a little bit like we don't want to co-sign you all
Are
the
you
way?
kidding me?
Music,
I
because
think
they'll get
so.
on live
What?
with him, they'll kiki with him, but they will not do no music.
Right, they won't
with
do
I
a
him.
think
song.
so though. I think so because of the
Probably.
energy that he brings on stage, and then also because
I think
like,
it's the
his
label.
lyrics, and then the label also. But I do feel like behind that, I mean, the energy that he brings and his lyrics as well. Like,
And you know,
I
people
think
when they
so.
get on their gay agenda talk, they don't want. Imagine if Saucy Santana gets to be in Rolling Loud. Next thing you know, it's who is it? Kid Ken, you know, gets to be there too, and other LGBT artists get to be at
Or
Rolling
it's
Loud.
more
People
like
are gonna
who
look
the
at that
City
like
Girls,
crazy.
because Saucy Santana is like the
Oh,
gay
definitely
City
that.
Girl. So then maybe it's like, bitch, we got. I don't know, but like, 'cause why
Saucy
would you
Santana is
not-
great, but
Saucy Santana has literally done records with Mulatto, who's at this point just as big, if not bigger, than the City Girls.
Right.
You know, he's done records with a lot of people. I mean, he's had Tony Braxton, Naomi fucking Campbell doing the walk challenge like that.
Right.
that Naomi
That's true.
Campbell, Tony
Yeah.
Braxton. This is like a big fucking deal. Like you've had A-list bitches, legendary bitches, listening and sharing your music, and the City Girls aren't.
I feel like it has to do with him being a feminine gay guy because they give a lot more praise to Lil Nas X than they do Saucy Santana because Saucy is a lot more feminine. And I don't think that they want that kind of representation out in the culture because that's not the kind of male that they want. So I feel like because he's light that they kind of like push him to the back, even though he has bars and, you know, he knows what he's doing.
I think
The
it's
City Girls-
intimidation because I think he
it
gets
could be intimidation.
feminine, but I think that he talked that money shit, and then he gets the trap beats, like the beats that
Right,
he
he gets
used.
some goat
Niggas
beats.
would use those beats, so he gets those like trap. He don't get those poppy gay. I'm
Right.
a queen type beat. He get. Bitch, it's trap season, bruh. Like he gets the real nigga beats, and he be on there talking that where the bag at, where the niggas at, where the money
With
at.
the
Niggas
nails,
like,
yo,
this
with the
is too
nails
much.
chilling.
Like, fit that bitches to be in the strip club shaking ass to, and I just feel like men that are in control of the industry, because they are, especially hip hop, they're not ready for that.
No,
they're
they're
And
not
then a lot
ready.
of women secretly can't take a gay man that's giving all that, popping that
Right.
shit with nails and bags.
'Cause he be
talking
running
about
the show.
Nigga that I fuck
Yo.
with is a baller and a boss, and he doing. Women, they may kiki with you, but they
Right.
do not
But
want to believe that you can pull the kind of nigga they can.
because
Okay.
they want to make sure that they don't get outshined. When I heard Material Girl, I was
Yes.
like, okay, come on, let's go.
He's not.
Material Girl. Yes.
Come on. He
dude.
was giving it though.
I feel like City Girls haven't proven themselves enough to really bring Saucy Santana out on stage, and the label's like, we don't really need this clouding up your image. Maybe when they get to the 4th album, bring him on a track, but you guys still haven't. The last album kind of flopped, so they can only do so much for him. Because if you ask me, I feel like Saucy Santana has a pretty strong fan base compared to City Girls. I mean, I love City Girls, but their views, I feel like, are the same. No, I mean, look at Jobs' views and look at Walk. I don't know. I'm sure Walk is more, or at least in the millions.
Yeah, but
versus Jobs, City Girls Jobs is like 5 million views. No one's really checking for their new stuff.
Started like grabbing that, and using it for her own Instagram clips and stuff like that. That boosted all of his stuff. I feel like he should definitely get that shine. He definitely deserves it. He's one of a kind. But I think it's because of him being more of a feminine type of gay dude, and they don't want to promote that, so they're not gonna put that to the forefront.
Definitely not. It would definitely be the biggest attraction. It would be the biggest thing there. I mean, no one would talk about much else. But Saucy Santana.
Jobs got 5 million views, and then Walk got 2.2 million views.
That's not bad. It's just compared to. I mean, you can't act like you're so much better than him. He should be right there with City Girls, if you ask me. At that point,
Let's
he's putting anyone up there.
Oh,
I love them, but I'm not gonna act like they're so great.
Views.
50, what'd you say? 55 million.
Her video with
she's popular.
Man, 55 million views. Mulatto Sex Lives with Lil Baby, 15 million views.
Yeah, she hit.
Her beatbox freestyle, 3.3 million views.
And that's a freestyle.
But Mulatto did a record with Saucy Santana.
Right.
I mean, but that
and City Girls did it. That's weird.
That was on her way up.
Weird.
Though,
That was on her way up, but she didn't need to do that. Yeah, she
didn't have to do that.
She didn't.
I don't think that helped her. Didn't hurt her. It didn't help her.
No, it really did.
Yeah.
But her look is more acceptable. I mean, look at her. She's mixed. She's lighter skinned. She has all the features that people are most used to.
What we're saying compared to City Girls?
No, I like City Girls better than Mulatto.
Oh, me too. Me too. I like City Girls better than Mulatto, but it's
City Girls because Mulatto knows how to rap. She has a flow. Now she comes on a little tough.
She's
but
boring,
at the same time, like she has
no
excitement
in Mulatto. She don't excite me though. She's not exciting.
But there's no excitement on stage with the City Girls.
That's all right.
Yeah, but you know what?
I just listen.
They ratchet though, so you don't even care. You be like,
right? It's a party.
English, Spanish, and French, bitch. At some point, you don't even give a fuck. Just
right.
That. You know what I mean? You just want to get ratchet. Mulatto, I feel like, girl, I don't know.
Jobs, I can see Jobs because that.
I don't work Jobs.
Jobs should have been ahead.
You don't like it? Take a hike. Play me for
that should have been ahead.
Okay, you talking that
yes,
shit?
Come on.
All that.
I just find it interesting that Mulatto did a song with Saucy versus Carisha and them.
Right.
There's a song on YouTube. It's called "Come Outside" where they added him on the remix, and that was pretty good. I don't know if they meant to do that.
And then people know that that's the record that everybody is waiting for. But you cannot tell me. I used to feel this way about other like content creators that I was cool with, and that's why we would get into it. Because I'm like, bitch, I fuck with you, I talk to you, we cool, we banter, but bitch, you will do records with everybody else, but bitch, you won't fuck with me, and I'm up and I'm stuck and I'm here. What's the tea? Like, what's the tea? Like, it's not making sense,
right?
Because she knows if they put Saucy Santana on a record, they have the power to legitimize him because they do have a mainstream, like they have more clout than him, right? So if they put him on, he can both go through the roof. Because think about it, just by them, they understand how smart he is with movement. Just by them getting online, going back and forth on social media like that on Instagram, I don't think that they even realized that was his plan. They may have thought that he was just going to be the gay guy that was going to be funny on Instagram, but he had a whole nother plan. See, he was a makeup artist and all that shit first. But then he switched it. He got all them followers and views and started dropping music. I don't think that Christian knew that was coming.
No.
Right.
And
So
you know what? How much you want to bet?
So they like, bitch, okay, girl, we gave you what we gave. Like, low-key, this feels like, girl, we gave you a career because, girl, we wasn't really cool.
How much do you want to bet, though? How much do you want to bet, though, that he was helping them with the lyrics? Like, he was definitely helping Carisha with the lyrics. And then once he started popping, all that started adjusting. Like, they were starting to, you know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like he was helping her. Because we all know Carisha don't rap like that.
I don't think that they realized that he had a plan. Mm-hmm. And I think once they seen that what he did with it, they like, okay, girl, well, you got that one, but that's it.
Yeah, you're not getting no more handouts. You're not getting no more help.
Yeah.
We see where your plan is at. We good. Like, we're not helping you.
We gave you this.
It's fine now.
Because to be honest,
he has it. He has what he needs.
I feel like he is a city girl. I mean, he does have the flow, and then he has the attitude on top of that. So he's like one city girl on his own. Mm-hmm. So if they were to let him blow up, I do feel like people would compare them, and they don't want that. They don't want that smoke. So they just.
Well, I mean, there's really no comparison because without the city girls, we'd have no Saucy Santana. He literally is a gay city girl.
Yeah, he will always be a side card of them. He'll always be a mascot to the city girls.
What he does. Well, it depends on what he does.
Mascot to the city girls.
I don't like that. I don't like that because maybe at that point, maybe at this point right now, when he has an opportunity, I don't like that.
It doesn't sound right, but I'm trying to get my point across.
I don't.
You get what I'm trying to say. Okay. You get what I'm trying to say. Come on now.
Like, I don't think no. I feel like that's where he might be right now, but he has the ability to make something different of himself, and they notice that, they recognize that, and they don't want that to happen. That's what I think.
And he doesn't need them. That's the crazy thing. He really doesn't need them. He's doing fine, and he can continue to do fine. He doesn't need Rolling Loud, if you ask me. It's just one show. I don't. Do they record it? Do they put it somewhere? Or do people just
pay you to see
you? That's a big platform, though.
I feel like
it is.
Because it's mainstream exposure. I feel like he does.
Yeah. Like, I would love, could you imagine?
But it's not like they're broadcasting it, though.
Yeah, but look at these artists, though, on there. Like, you can't tell me as an artist you wouldn't want to be a part of that.
Mulatto,
it's a great respect thing.
Stallion, 3 Grammys.
It's a great respect to be there and a great honor, but he doesn't need Rolling Loud. It would be great, though, just like a Grammy.
But see, what this is telling me is this is kind of saying, I mean, it's a little bit of, it's kind of like validation. Like, these are the hottest artists of the time period right now. And so to me, it feels like if you're not on here, you're not working hard enough. Because, I mean, this is like, I literally follow so many of these people. And it's just like, oh, so all the artists that are artists, right, that are hot, they're here like, you know, I mean, even with Erica Banks, Saucy Santana was out before her, and she's on here.
Yeah. And Saucy Santana's independent, right? I mean, clearly it's all about who you know.
When was the last time Chief Keef came out with anything?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because he's on there.
Must be.
But I think, well, hell, that's Dior. Ain't that Future girlfriend? She's on here. She started rapping when she started dating Future.
What?
Yeah, some of this, like, no.
Mm-mm. Hey, Kilo, I think ain't that the chick who got signed to the Baby's label? Like, there's some people that just came on.
Well, I mean, I know of hood rap, but at the same time, I mean, Saucy Santana is at a different level of hip hop. Because I'm like, love and hip hop. So I'm like, okay.
Season 3
should have never been on here. I mean, Saucy Santana.
Clearly, it's all about who you know. Clearly, they just knew someone in Miami.
Kiana could have replaced her.
Were like, who y'all got?
Dream Dog could have replaced her. Like, hood rat got lucky.
Yeah, there's a lot of people not here too. So Sweetie's popping. I don't see her. She should be right up with City Girls.
I saw that little that dance she was doing on stage. She
was living her life.
That's my girl. That's my girl. But I didn't like that. You know, you know.
Yeah, Sweetie, and well, come to find out, you guys know this side note with Sweetie that she got a deal with Call of Duty. So maybe that was her bag that she was fighting.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, go Sweetie. That mainstream bag.
All right, so anyway, let's move it along for the last few 15 minutes. Okay, so which topic we want to hit? You want to hit the transgender topic?
Yes.
No, let's hit that next time.
No,
Are
you know
you
what?
sure?
I'm nervous.
I like it.
Now. Let's hit that now.
Okay.
Let's-
So I've been feeling these feelings. Okay, let me explain. So
Okay.
I was just scrolling on Twitter one day, and I was like, you know, you come across a lot of triple X kind of content, and I came across this one triple X page. And
Oh wait, before we get there,
yes.
sorry, I want to address what happened last week.
What?
With you said triple X, but then remember.
Okay, with
So what happened with what's his name?
What's his name? King Axel Green. Yes. Okay, so
he was upset with you.
He was upset with me. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I guess
he blocked you.
Yeah. So
okay.
we follow each other on Twitter and
followed because
right. We follow each other again now, but
okay.
He asked to retweet for retweet. I mean, I'm not big on that, but I was gonna do it eventually. And I took a little while to get to the message. Next thing you know, the next day I go to check, I'm blocked. I go to Instagram, I see he's on live. He's saying he felt a type of way because of the comments or just stupid foolishness. When I've had conversations with him, he's liked tweets. I mean, we're following each other, so what's to be? Honestly, it's nothing important. He was just feeling a type of way because of what people were saying in the comment section. They felt like I was on his ass, which I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, duh. Sorry. I mean, yeah, and I apologized to him for coming down his throat like that. You know, I felt passionately connected to the story because I know I'm that third option he's talking about, that feminine kind of boy that he's talking about. Yeah. And it's like, baby, you were never my first option. I'm speaking in generalities. I'm not speaking about him. I'm just saying, come on now. You're getting your life figured out. I'm not really checking for you. You know what I mean? So you need to worry about you. And that was not the point of the interview. The point of the interview was just to interview him and talk about him. But my emotions got in the way, and I just felt like, who are you to be telling anyone who's third or what? But yes, I apologize for letting my emotions get the better of me.
So you guys are cool now.
We're cool now. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay.
I like that story. It was very interesting.
Yes. Okay. So speaking of triple X content, so you've been scrolling on Twitter.
Yes, I've been scrolling on Twitter and a thought came in my head. And, you know, I see more female to male trans men coming out all the time, whether on Grindr, like in real life, or in the porn world, on Twitter. And I find it so interesting because I look at them, I'm like, wow, like imagine if you were a boy and you had a vagina, sex would just be so much easier if you're a bottom. And then it made me wonder, like, I wonder if tops would like female to male bottoms more than the traditional bottom, you know, regular male bottom. What could they like take over the bottoming world? Because I feel like a lot of them are gay too. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's my own like insecurities, I guess you could say. My own like, I'm just intrigued. I'm kind of jealous of them. I'm like, they look like boys, but they have pussy.
At the end of the day, though, I feel like it's still about the masculine anatomy, like the anatomy of
penis.
A man.
You have to have a dick.
Thank you for putting it out there, but that's exactly.
They do have anatomy of a man. Some of them.
I mean, yes, but at the end of the day, the most important part is gone. Like it's gone.
Yes, I don't want to fuck you if you don't have a penis. Okay. Now, if you have breasts and a penis, I don't want to fuck you either.
That confuses me a little bit. You know,
see, exactly.
Personally, because I would either like it to be all the way left or all the way right, but that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying?
But Armand, what do you do with the penis? Because do you give a lot of head? No.
No, I don't like that either.
Right. So it's like, well, you just like to look at it. You like to know what's there.
Sometimes, but you can maybe some days you might want to suck it, you know, or maybe you want to grab it.
You have the option. You know what I'm saying? You have the option to use the joystick. Right, yes.
You like to see it get hard. I don't know, just different things.
That makes sense.
It just needs to be there.
Yeah, they just seem like the perfect bottom, though. I'm like, wow, like I was a little jealous. I'm like, damn, they're just ready to go, and they look like males.
You get rid of the options because yes, I mean they do seem more ready to go, but at the same time you have the option. Like if you decide that you want to bottom one day, you still have that.
You know, I want to get fucked today. Fuck
like
me.
I wouldn't want a strap on. Like that's not it.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? And maybe sometimes you just want to suck it, or you want to just jack off. Like there's hotness about
lay next to it. You know what I'm
or you and your man just jacking off together. Like I mean, I don't know, but I don't want a vagina.
I feel like we haven't seen the rise of trans men yet, and this will unfold as we see that happen. Like the way trans women are getting their time with Pose and things like that. When trans men start to get their shine. Ooh, I think it's going to be interesting. I think a lot of trans men
are getting it because I think a lot of gay men are starting to lean. Okay, I was going to say something that was really off the wall, but no. But I think a lot of gay men that have issues in the dating pool too, they start leaning towards trans men
because they feel like that they feel like those people are more hidden. They have less options. Because it's a lot easier to bring a gay man to your front door versus somebody that is more like trans, which sucks, but it's the truth. So when you're looking at pecking order from somebody that's a little bit more like masculine or traditional thinking, that's what they think of. That's probably part of the reason why old dude was saying what he was saying that last time about his ranking order.
I can't remember. But
I've never had sex with a trans man.
No, I haven't either.
I probably would not want to either.
Really? Yeah. So you would not want to? Okay, that's interesting. I know I wouldn't want to, but they just seem so perfect. I'm like, wow.
I mean, I like the masculine features because, for me, I'm gay, so I would like some kind of masculinity, even if it's just the look. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that does take away from that. And then kind of like what Armand was saying, like if you want to lay on it, do things with it, it's there. Whereas if it's gone, like you got to get a strap on, and strap on's like what,
And then there's things that come with that. Then there's like the monthly cycle and things like that.
The monthly cycle, right? That still happens? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind. I saw them and was intrigued, and I'm still intrigued. I'm like a little jealous, but
you're jealous of trans men.
Of trans men, not their experience. I'm jealous of
trans
the look.
Women too?
No, okay. I'm jealous of because I can be a trans woman if I wanted to, but I can't be a trans man. You know what I mean? I'm already in a male body, so like I'm a little jealous that they have that perfect, especially for the bottoms out there, like the people who are just bottoms. They don't play in the top. It's like, well, that's perfect. And then you still look like a boy. I don't know. They just look like some magical fairy creature to me. It's like awesome. Like they're men, but like it's not there. They're like the unsullied.
Yeah, no. Not for me.
But yeah, it's just a thought.
Yeah. It's not for me, but I get it. Touche. Tomato. You like it? I love it.
Right.
What was the next thing that we were going to get into? What else? What did I say, guys? I'm having
something about relationships.
Long distance.
I feel like that is such a long conversation. Okay, so
that's why I wanted you guys to go with it.
Long distance or. Should we shelf? Okay, listen, we can go there. Or should we go, while we're talking about the trans thing, did you guys watch the Chasing LA this week or no?
I did watch Chasing LA.
I didn't.
Okay,
I missed the comment though.
The trans. Okay, so then we'll talk
about it. It happened so fast, I feel like. Or maybe I wasn't looking at my phone.
Here's what I'll say about the show really quick.
Oh, in the beginning. Yes.
Well, I hope the show
with the non-binary
what people are actually doing. It's not giving real LA vibes.
It's not.
So I'm not, but hopefully we'll see that the girls are actually working because I'm not really sure what anybody does. It's still coming across like, girl, we're just gonna come here and everybody's gonna fight over who's the Nene Leaks of the show, and it's like. This is.
We gotta establish that first before we tell each other what we do.
No, bitch. Listen, just be you and then let that happen. Like I feel like a lot of these girls. Right. I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to read, and I'm going to be on and listen, and yes, mama, and girl, and you could never, and you have no neck, and you. It's just like
it was that for me. It was the non-binary versus the trans girl for me. I thought that was a very interesting conversation. That's what
I wanted to get into. Yeah, I like that part. I gotta play that. We're probably gonna.
Yes, play that because that was interesting. Yes,
I do want to get into that because I feel a way.
Me too.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I want to get into that. I want to get into that. You're right. Okay, let's get into that. I think that is important to have. So I think that's an important conversation to have. Yes. Okay, let me find it. Yes, I think we need to get into that. It's no shade. Here we go. Here we go. I'm about to find it right quick. Hold on, hold on. Where is it there? Hold on. It was where they were arguing.
It was right in the beginning, I think.
Yeah, it is. I think I. Hold on. I'm trying to get it now, y'all. Because I kind of feel like the trans girl was out of line. Okay, I think this is where it was at. Okay, boom. Let me see. Let me get here. Oh wait, let me see. Let me do this. Let me go to this. Let me go to add. Oh wait, I need the audio though.
Let's be real. Everyone always acts like they want to see what people are doing, but no one really likes to see that, and they'll call out the show for being boring if they see too much of it. It's really a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing with these type of shows.
You think so?
Like, yeah, like people want to see what you do, but they don't want to see it for too long. They just want it to come. They just want it to be the vehicle of why everyone's together. Like, okay, everyone's together around your talents and skills, but no one wants to really see your talents and skills for too long. They want to get into the human relations.
You gotta think about the platform. The platform is gonna be drama, so they want to see drama. Right. Like, yes, we can throw what you like to do, your arts and crafts or whatever, but we want to see the drama.
Right. And chasing has a good balance normally. Right.
Mm-hmm. But I think that more so the balance is up to you, because if you give all drama, that's what you're going to be perceived as. But you have to be the one to put your stuff out there, like market yourself.
Right. And sometimes it seems like they try to spread out their episodes, so they might make the drama feel longer than it actually is. It's for us. Yeah, it just seems like they try to spread out the content.
I mean, because if we just focused on what people did, it'd be just a commercial ad of people just talking about what they did. Yeah. But it's like, throw the drama in there. Why does this connect?
I will say what's different. I will say what's different with this show is I like seeing, gay and trans and all those type of people do what they do. That really inspires me. So I do enjoy that aspect of it. I'm not saying I want to see them do that all day, but versus like Love and Hip Hop where I'll just skip through the studio scene. I enjoy seeing them work a little bit because I relate to them in a way. They inspire me, kind of. You know what I mean? By doing their crafts.
Okay, can you guys hear this? Let's get into it. Let's see.
Yes.
What happens is when it's a real motherfucking star, they can't handle it. They want to come for the king. But guess what? If you come for the king, off with your motherfucking head. Ooh, bro, got like me. Who's the queen? I'm the queen. Right. You get grace. You get face, and your hair is beautiful, and you fucking it up, my beautiful black queen.
Oh. I know that's right.
So I went around the table, you guys, and I had to pretty much just identify the whole crew, what I felt with their vibe and things like that. But it was one
yes, I love him.
That kind of rubbed me the wrong way and Lord, I kept forgetting her name. I kept calling the girl Ashley, Ambra, whatever. She's very forgettable, but in a sense, she's really not that forgettable. It's like WNBA, Lisa Leslie, she kind of gives you that. So, we just all talking casually, what I'm saying? Next thing I know, me and Jayla is having a conversation, and we're trying to get a misunderstanding out of the way. And the next thing I hear is,
if you want to say something to me, be direct. Y'all were in the bathroom talking shit. Be direct.
So, I'm over here having a good time, chopping it up with the boys. Then 6'3" Roris came for the win.
What?
I was like, throw out there that I'm the queen. And she was like, well, who made you the queen? We're not taking no vote, bitch. Because we are voting.
We're not taking no vote.
I'm not talking to woman to woman. You stay out of it.
I didn't know there was only one queen. Like, we could all be.
Wait, you got
This is layered. This is layered. This is layered.
This is the problem, though, right? This is the problem for me.
You are.
Hold on.
You are. So you're not a gay man?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm still gonna win.
You give it a hand and all that, but you women. I'm not talking about this. A woman to woman. You stay out of this. You are a gay man. It's between a woman and a woman. We're not. You are. You are. You are. So you're not a gay man. That's fine. But what you say about me?
Oh, see.
I don't care. I don't care. You say what you want to say.
Excuse me, I identify as non-binary, so therefore you should at least have the same as you want for yourself. Apply elsewhere. The wig went on.
You can say what you want to say. That's fine. So what are you? So what are you? So what are you? What are you?
Okay. So the way that this was edited was he was being transphobic, but my whole thing is this: do not, because she was trying to give like a one, like you know how those black women,
Right.
you're a man,
Trying
you're
to
a
exclude
man,
him,
women's
like,
business.
yeah.
So you try, like you looked at him like, and I think a lot of trans people, they don't see a lot of the disconnect between the gay and the trans. Trans, they think that they're better than gay men too because they feel like I'm a woman. So they take on that persona how, you know, how some black women treat gay men. Like, you guys are gay men. Like, almost get your faggot ass out of women business. That's kind of the energy that she gave. And he like, well, bitch, first of all, don't classify me as no gay man. I hate when a person uses that. Gay man. You're a gay man. You are gay men. Like, I take offense to that because it's always a shady undertone. So he was like, well, bitch, and you're a man. So now,
well,
like,
see, these kinds of things, I feel like these kinds of things definitely separate our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does definitely separate our community, but she shouldn't have thrown that kind of shot because, yes, we can dig back and we can see where your history came from, and we don't have to do that. Like, I don't feel like we have to do that. So for her to do that, she got what she got.
She got what she got. And that was not transphobic. She should don't try to tell me you're a gay man, stay out of women's business.
Like,
bitch, don't
woman
tell me
to woman, like,
bitch, did I tell you what you were? Well, bitch, you're a man.
That's true.
Yeah, like,
now,
you shouldn't
stay out of my
that.
I'm in your business.
So the thing is, neither of them have much redeeming qualities, so it's kind of hard for me to. I mean, so I'm just saying, like, just because someone comes for you, call them a man. If you want to be respected, shouldn't you respect people? I mean,
oh no, I don't agree.
Well,
I mean, because if we're gonna be honest, she has more of a claim to be anything than he does.
No,
because she's physically had to. She's went through a change, and she probably maybe feels like her experience should be more respected than a gay. I feel like that's what they feel like their experience should be a little more respected because it's a little harder.
That doesn't mean that's okay. That doesn't mean that's okay for her to announce and then be shocked when somebody throws that back on her. Like,
but she wasn't as shocked as him. He was so shocked that he called her a man. He actually is a male, though. He might be non-binary, but he's a biological male.
Well, so is she.
Right, but she's gone through a transition. I'm just saying, if you're at the point where you're able to call yourself non-binary,
it don't matter.
You should show respect for your trans sister who's gone through more.
Yeah, but she tried to come at him like, basically, you faggot, stay out of our women because we're women. Like,
I get that.
But said to him, she was acting like a black homophobic woman.
A black straight, yep.
A black straight homophobic woman. That's what she gave to him. And a lot of trans people do that. They think that they're better if they're passable and they're women. They feel like, oh, I don't argue with gay men. You're a gay man. Like, you're a punk. You're a sissy.
Well, like, girl, they want their womanhood to be respected. It's so late. They want their womanhood to be respected.
How are you going to ask for respect when you're not giving respect?
Well, all she said was, you're a gay man.
No, what she said was woman to woman. That's what she was saying. She was like, stay out of woman's business. Like,
I feel like it's like, I feel like she just wanted, I don't know. I just feel like woman to woman to me was like, we're trans women. We're trying to have a conversation here, woman to woman.
But she was like, then what she could have said is like, you're a man, just stay out of women. But she was like, you're a gay man. It's the gay man for me.
That's true, but at the end of the day, if you know someone's a man, if you know someone's a man, why does that offend you? Why do you feel the need to just call them a man when they know they're a man? They fought their whole life to not be that.
Whenever women think about it, whenever, like, it's like tranny. You know, it's salacious. It's been used in a way. Tranny is really not a bad word, but tranny is a bad word because it's been headline. You see it in the headlines in the media. Tranny speaks out. Tranny exposes. You know what I mean? And then when you see the title gay man, it's like, oh, such and such husband is sleeping with gay men, or well, such and such is with a gay man, and it's always like, oh, these are gay men.
You gotta look. You gotta look at the tone. You gotta look at the tone. You gotta look at the environment. Look at the tone. Look at the environment. They were clearly in an argument. So what she was saying was meant to offend him. Like, it'd be different.
Yeah, but then he completely undercuts his whole argument by calling her a man. You completely undercut your whole argument because you do look like a man, though you're a non-binary. That's great. You do look like a male. So you're undercutting your whole argument by calling her a man.
Someone could say she looked like one too,
and we know that's not the case.
I don't feel like he was undercutting. I feel like he was bringing them both back down to basics. Yes, I am a man. At the end of the day, you are as well. So let's level it right on down. Let's not look better.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? We got each other. So what are we doing?
Girl, so what are we doing? So
right. That's true. That makes sense.
Because girl, so are you.
I feel that. I can see that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but so you can't get mad though when you see this is what I be saying about fish, and I'm talking about trans, talking about real fish. Don't come over here giving all that, and then because girl, when we start giving it back, now it's transphobic. No, bitch.
Like, no,
it's not true. Stop playing with us. Stop. Because we reads too, bitch. I'm a man, bitch, and guess what? So are you. You've been a man. Now,
you've been a man, you've been a fan.
No, girl. She gave that first. Gay man. You're a gay man. Stay out of women, bitch. You're a gay man. Bitch, stop playing with me. Because I've been called a man myself.
She could have just said you're a man.
Once you start categorizing a person, you're setting yourself up. Because they can easily be like, okay, well, what do you look like? And where are you supposed to be at? What aisle do you belong in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful.
What's interesting is it wasn't the gay part for him. It was the man part for him. He's like, I'm not a man. I'm non-binary. How dare you? And then called her a man.
You're a gay man. And as a real gay man, like, you understand what that undertone is.
That's true, but as someone who feels non-binary, myself, I don't mind people calling me a male or a man or whatever because they don't know or whatever, but it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. It's like, I don't mind it, but it's like, so I know for someone who actually identifies that that's their orientation or whatever, or sexuality, whatever it is, they really will be triggered by that. So I know if I'm triggered by it on the low end, he's probably triggered by it on the high end. And that it's really the man part for him, because that's why he called her a man, because it's like, oh, how dare you call me a man? Well, you look like a man. So she looks like a woman. Why don't you respect her as such?
If your friends was having an argument and they told you to stay out of women's business, you're a gay man.
No, that's different because they're straight women. They're straight women.
That's not different because that's how they're identifying. That's why she said it the way she said it.
I feel like it's one thing if we're in the same category, but it's another thing if we're in different categories and you're telling me basically to stay in my lane. That's basically what that is. For me, I think about what the environment was like. What's the undertone? Are we cool? Are we buddies? No, we're not buddies. We're arguing. So why would you say that? You're saying that to force me to stay in my lane. And so I brought you back down to where you should have been at, which is
born equal, men.
Right. We're born equal, basically. Is
you have a penis and so do I.
I don't like the conversation man only.
If she only said man and not gay man, he would still have the same reaction and call her a man. It was not the gay part for him. It sounds shady to us. Maybe that's what we don't like. But for him, it was definitely the man part. And then he proceeds to call her a man, therefore undercutting himself. His whole little argument, calling her a man. Okay, now we're both men. Yes, okay. Now no one wins. Like, I don't know. But I definitely get what y'all saying. It don't sound right.
Don't try to tell me stay out of your business because I'm a gay man, bitch. Because they used to do that to me, and like this is when I was a little bit more ignorant, right? Because I had a friend, her name was Peaches, and she used to call me. She used to call me. She'd be like, I don't argue with you sissies and punks and queers and gay men. And when I was a lot more ignorant, I was a lot younger, right? And I didn't understand. I'm just like, how are you trying to call me gay and like try to belittle me? Because to me, it's a way of belittling. To me, it felt like she was belittling him. So
First
for
woman
me,
to
I'm
do
like,
it.
girl, how dare you try to belittle me when you're over here dressed as a woman and your name is Peaches? You're more of a fag than me. But I didn't real now that I've grown,
Right.
but you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, bitch, you wear a wig and hair and nails, and your name is Peaches. How are you trying to say that I'm a fag? I mean, you're the
Well, maybe.
epitome.
Well, because they're women. They're not.
You're
They
the
see
final
themselves as
boss.
women. They're
You're
not
the final
gay.
boss.
Right, but I didn't. But see, I was ignorant to that,
Right.
so that's why they
Right.
identified it. But in my mind, it's just kind of like
Like
it's still
what?
one of those thought processes for me. Like you've done a whole transition, and you're sitting here going to try to call me gay, like a queen or a sissy and a punk, and I.
Maybe
feel
she
like
meant
at the end of the
gay, and
day-
then
I feel like at the end of the day, the media is going to present that kind of information because they want us to remain separated. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to what we are categorized as LGBTQ plus, that includes everyone that is not identified as straight. And when we promote those kinds of things in the media, it naturally separates us from, oh, but you're this and you like that. Same thing for Black people and being lighter skin and dark skin. And I feel like when we feed into that, that's when it starts to cause problems. So she should have never fed into that in the first place. You should see that person is still a form of you because you did come from being a man. So you should still recognize that person as being a form of you, whether they want to transform completely or not.
Like I said, bitch, don't come at me and tell me, oh, you're a gay man. And when I say that you got a dick too, then it's transphobia. Period. Because that's not transphobia. Because we didn't have to even go there. You wanted to take it there. Let me tell you something. We all can hit below the belt. When you want to open up that, like, you know,
that gets us nowhere. That gets us nowhere.
I can argue with a person and understand, like, okay, we don't need to go there. Because there's things about me that you probably can notice on me that are my flaws. We all have little flaws. But if you're in an argument, you don't have to go there because anybody can get read. So if you just didn't want him to get it, you could have just told him to get out your business. But then you tried to go, you're a gay man. Well, bitch, and so are you. and
we're not cool.
Because you have on hair and nails.
Like we're not cool, so you don't have that barrier of us being cool for me to even think back on.
So so how are you calling me a gay man and you're sitting up here like that? Which one's really the gay man? See, I would have given all that.
Right. Oh no, she's a woman. Like she probably just meant like. Well, I'm not trying to defend her, so never mind. I have nothing to say for her.
It's the environment. It's what we were talking about. It's the fact that you're arguing with me. Why would that just randomly come out? Like, no, get out of here. No.
I would have gave that. Like, they would have been canceling me because then, baby, I would have went there. Let's talk about a man. Girl, like, let's talk about it.
Bitch,
I don't like that.
It's senseless.
It really is, though. You're right.
But anyway, yeah, child. So let's see if some people want to come on. We always end up having a phenomenal show. Shit just starts happening, bitch, and then we just end up starting to kiki. Let's see if anybody wants to come on and share. Somebody said, Armand, why don't you check her? You don't need to read her tea. I don't need to check her. But I'm just saying, I don't like that. Cause I feel like, you know, I'm a butch queen, I'm a gay man, I'm a gay male, you know, and I just feel like we get tried in the straight community, the trans community be tried, and we never could say nothing. Because if we say something to cisgender, heterosexual, bi, you know, whatever fucking biological women, we're bashing women. We come against trans, you know, then it's all of a sudden we don't like trans, we're transphobic, but everybody can say whatever the fuck they want to say to us. Fuck all that, bitch. Fish, you come for me, bitch, you're getting red. The trans, you come for me, bitch, you're getting red, bitch. It's equal reading, bitch. I don't give a fuck. There is no pecking order here, bitch. There is no, because I'm a man, I'm going to take the back seat, bitch. I'm a queen too. So, bitch, you want to carry, girl? Let's get into our bags.
I feel like it has a lot to do with us.
I feel.
Like,
fuck taking it to know. You want me to take the fucking take the high road?
He could have said something so much. There's lots. He could have said it way better.
You know what I'm saying? Like the high road.
He called her a
great, but
man.
at the same time, We are all connected. We are all connected. We are all connected, regardless of how we want to place it. That is part of the reason why they categorize all of us in one category. And I feel like when it comes to those kinds of things, like we should be sensitive to that. And it would have been hard to resist. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like not coming back with that, but at the same time, like we are all in the same category. When a straight person looks at us, LGBTQ is everybody in that category that is not straight. So when we fight against each other, it really isn't helpful. It's entertaining, but it ain't helpful. And what she said, I don't find that to be respectful. Like based off of the environment, based off of what we were doing, where we were at, the fact we were arguing, you are being disrespectful. Like you're being disrespectful.
I feel like what was more disrespectful was him calling her a man. I just feel like that was just pure. I get it. You want to go there, but that was just pure disrespect. He called her a gay man.
Why is it okay for everybody to disrespect us, but we can't get disrespectful back? She started it.
She called him a gay man.
She's trans?
Yeah, I mean, she's a woman. You should respect a woman of a trans experience. It's just basic common decency.
Disrespect me and then tell me how to respond.
But maybe she wasn't trying to disrespect him in that way.
She was, because he's non-binary. So
yeah, but is that on his chest? Is he super non-binary, man? Like, is that on his chest somewhere? How am I supposed to know you're non-binary if I don't know you?
Well, you shouldn't have even jumped that line because you don't want anyone to jump your line and call you all types.
Well, she said that in the heat of the moment. She said that in the heat of the moment. And then in his mind, he thinks it's alright to just call someone a man because someone doesn't call him a them or they.
And so did he. He said it in the heat of the moment because he was mad at what she said. Still wrong both ways.
Okay, so when is it? So when do people that look like us get to have a right to feel like we should be respected, or should we just get shit on by the straight community, shit on by the LGBT, and because we're men, we gotta just go ahead and take it? So at what point, when do we get to? Because the black women, they have their black women's activist fucking rights and all the shit that no one can say to them. The trans community has a fucking activist for every fucking day of the week and can say whatever and do whatever the fuck they want. But then who represents us, and when do we get to say, hey, stop playing with me? Or we just gotta, or everybody gets to say and do whatever the fuck they want to say to us, and we just gotta sit back and take it because we look like men and we're men? Like and we identify as male? Fuck that. I don't know. That's not me, bitch. Don't bring that shit over here, because I'm gonna make sure you're back every motherfucking time. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Don't play with me. I'm reading,
I'm not
bitch.
gonna lie. I will not lie with you. If she would have said that to me, that would have been something on my list.
I don't give a fuck about your experience, bitch.
All you have to do,
break it down.
In that situation,
you know,
in that situation, all one
eye to eye.
Right. I mean, most definitely. But all one would have to do in that situation is say, so you want me to respect your trans experience, but you won't respect you don't even know my pronouns and you're calling me a gay male. That's all he would have to do, and check her. And she would be like, oh, you're right. I do want to be respected as a woman, so I'm going to respect you as well. How dare I assume you're a gay male? How dare I? But he calls her, oh, you're a man. That's just like so.
She would do that in the heat of the moment. Do you really think she would do that in the heat of the
moment? No. I think that's what he should have done. He should have said, oh, her? Well, saying, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to assume you're a gay male. I think so.
That was not gonna happen. Let's get real.
If he yes, definitely. If you come at someone and you don't have to give someone the same energy. If you want to give someone the same energy they're giving you, you don't have to give someone the same energy they're giving you. You don't have to go down there with them.
But they will, because they're all fighting for top dog. They all
top dog of what?
Hey, it's ridiculous. But that's
rude. It doesn't. They're being rude. That's all. So I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. You're right. Please, no.
No. All he would have to do. No. He doesn't have to say you're right. He would have to say, you're calling me a gay male, but you don't even know my pronouns. How dare you? That's all he would have to say. He doesn't have to undercut his whole argument and say, oh, you man. Well, then we're both men then. Okay, well, let's all just shut up.
But that's the point. Okay, that's it. Shut up. We both men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have never said that in the first place. Me and you are both men at the end of the day.
I think people got to show more respect. I don't know.
Hey, Cindy.
Hi, everyone.
What's up?
Hey. Cindy.
It's me again. I just want to say I love this show so much. I look forward it. I don't know if you guys have it every Sunday, but I always look forward to
We
tuning
do.
in. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we
I always,
do.
but to hop on y'all conversation y'all just had, I do want to talk about Saucy Santana, but to hop on this conversation, I feel like I'm so conflicted in the middle because I'm not in any one of those categories. I'm not a gay man and I'm not a trans woman. So I don't
Right.
know where I land. I feel like both of them were disrespectful to one another, but at the same time, I feel like it's because it's on TV and we're still, as the LGBT community, we're still looking for acceptance, right? We want people to respect us. So if we're on TV disrespecting each other, I don't think the straight community will ever, they'll be like, they don't even respect each other, you know? So I feel like
Right.
I'm very conflicted about, but it's true. If you're in an argument, honestly, and someone is disrespectful, there is no respect. Like you're not about to be respectful, with the person, and maybe you won't respect their pronouns or anything. Like I don't
But to
know.
just come at their neck and be like, "Well, you're a man."
Here's my thing. Just because you identify as a woman or a female does not give you the right to go ahead and disrespect a person that you feel like is identified as a man. Men, this is the thing. We have to, whether you're a straight man, black man, white man, whatever, gay man, we have to start. I'm on my Kevin Samuel shit, bitch. Women, whether you're trans or heterosexual, straight woman, biological woman, we have to respect men. You don't just get to curse them the fuck out, put your hands on them, and then get mad at how they react.
Well,
no, you don't get to do that because you're a woman. You don't get to go and disrespect motherfuckers, and then when somebody disrespects you,
Well, if we're gonna talk,
I'm a woman.
if we're gonna bring Kevin Samuels into it,
when you were being disrespectful, were you a woman? When you were whooping my motherfucking ass? You didn't give a fuck about being a woman.
If we're gonna bring Kevin Samuels into it, and that's kind of vibe, shouldn't physical male provide containment for a woman? So therefore, you would say in your brain, okay, she's emotional, she's on estrogen or whatever. Let me shut up and not call her a man because I'm a male and I have more control of my emotions. If we're gonna get into the Kevin Samuels talk, because you should maybe respect men, but also you gotta respect women too.
Problem. Women, whether you're trans or, because I feel like trans women try to adapt the idea of how straight women feel. So a lot of women feel like they can just do shit to a nigga, and it's just because he's the nigga, and he's not supposed to do anything back.
No, I didn't watch the show in full. Did he mention he was binary? Did she know that? Like,
no one knew that. Sorry, no one knew that.
Okay, now I see. I feel like she identified him just like from looking at him.
Yeah.
I feel like she just felt that as trans women, as women, we were having a discussion, and we often talk about how men shouldn't be in other women's business. It doesn't look good to be in other. They were both talking. She didn't know that he was a they them, that he was binary. So she was like, listen, you're a man. Please get out of women's conversation.
That's not what she said. What she said was, you're a gay man. Stay out of, you're gay. You're a gay man.
But they were in the moment, or mine. They were in the heat of the moment, right?
I feel like it's both of them trying to put each other in their respective lanes.
Yeah.
So if she's gonna put him in his lane, he naturally will put her in her category, which is wrong.
And if you want, calling that person, like bringing them so down to call them a man again after they've gone through so much,
please.
I feel like it's two different things. I think she was just identifying him as how he looked like.
That's the problem. That's the problem that I'm having. Why? I'm literally, and I know you, and I'm not talking about you, but I'm literally telling you that whole terminology of, gay men, those gay men, that is offensive, because anytime you hear those two words grouped together like that, like it's an undertone of disrespect. You're a gay man. Like, ill, you're nasty. Like, you get fucked in your butt. Like, ill.
Do you think
you suck dick? Like, you suck another man's dick. Like, you're gay. You're fat. Like, ill. You have anal sex.
She's better.
Like, but that's the undertone. So I'm literally telling you what it is. Like, I'm not even asking. I'm not trying to get you to understand.
I don't think she was saying that.
It comes across. So that's why he
responded
that way.
That's how it comes across.
she think?
That's why she put it out there.
That's why she said it like that.
But she's a trans woman, so how could she say it like that?
Because she was
That's
mad
what
and
he
she
said.
wasn't thinking.
That's why he
She
was
was
like,
mad
"You're
and
a
she wasn't
man."
thinking.
So what?
Cindy?
That's why he said that.
But if we're gonna respect everyone, I mean, they were being respectful. Period. They weren't being respectful, but I feel like it's not fair because she didn't know. She obviously
She didn't know.
woman.
Okay.
She obviously looked trying to.
The part that
She
the part that
obviously-
triggered him was the man part. It was the
No,
man part for
it
him.
was not.
It wasn't the gay part because he's gay. It was the man part.
He got mad because she said that he should get out of women's business, and he was like, first of all, you're not a real woman. That's what I got.
Oh,
He's
Well.
already I feel like he's already doesn't believe that she's an actual woman. He just
Well,
I feel like he revealed himself.
I respect trans women as actual women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, you're a man. Like, if you dressed up in women's clothes, you know what I mean? And you're a woman, your essence and all that stuff. Like, I'm not gonna.
Especially being part of that community and knowing
Yeah.
what we both go through. Do you think it's to take her to that level and call her a man just because she identified you as a gay woman?
Right.
All of the different things, but still at the same time, we have to be respectful of all of the different kinds of categories that we have.
Yes, let's watch again. Oh my god, because
You give me the hand and all that, but you women. I'm not talking about just a woman to woman. You stay out of this. You are a gay man. It's between a woman and a woman.
I'm not a gay
We're not,
man.
you are. You are. So you're not a gay man?
You're a man.
That's fine.
see,
No, because it was the you are.
He was like, you are a gay
You
man. He was
are.
like, I'm not a gay man.
Okay,
Like
identify.
the categorization.
then it gets confusing at that point. I need to see
No,
it
no, no.
again. Yeah,
The categorization should have been respected right there when he
but
said.
did he say I'm
So
a
then he-
non-binary?
So he broke her down. So he broke her down and gave her what she gave him.
I'm not talking about just a woman to woman. You stay out of this. You are a gay man. It's between a woman and a woman. We're not,
And no, he corrects her.
You are. You are. So you're not a gay man? That's fine.
See, no, he just jumped down her neck. He just jumped down her neck. Y'all know he ain't got no redeeming qualities.
No, but she said you are. When she said that.
But she said woman to woman. We're having a conversation woman
You
to
should
woman.
have
She could have said
respected-
person to
you should have
person.
respected that. Yeah, she could have, but she didn't.
But she
And what
meant
he
that's what she
said-
meant though. Woman to woman, person to person. And it's just women right now. She wanted to respect their womanhood and just have a woman conversation.
So when
They
he
fought their whole
said
lives
that
to be
When
women.
he said that he was not a gay man, why did she not
I feel like
respect
I'm even
that?
She probably was confused.
Is he?
She probably was very confused.
Or mine, because we're saying he, is he they, them. Is
That's
he,
what I'm saying. Is he even part of our community? Because he's not a gay man.
You're not
The
this
plus,
guy-
you know what I'm saying?
I cannot
Plus.
believe you're doing this right now, Mr.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you're literally doing this right now.
Here's the thing. He has no redeeming qualities. I mean, he literally just called her a man, and she's a woman.
Why are you doing this?
She's fought her whole life to be a woman and identifies
Okay,
such.
and so when he corrected her about what it was,
But
that
should
he
identify-
was,
he didn't correct her.
yes, he did several times.
Oh my
and
God.
He said, "I'm not a gay man."
Then what
Is that
are
not
you then?
correcting?
If you're not a
Didn't he
not
correct us?
correcting.
Didn't he correct us in the confessional?
Stop playing with me. You're trying me. And if you are a gay man-
No.
Listen, under any other circumstances, maybe she'd be like, okay, so you're a gay man, or he probably would have been like, no, whatever. He probably wouldn't have came at her like that. But it was like, stay out of women's business. You're a gay man. That's
No.
what straight women.
At
they
first
do.
she said woman to woman.
Like you're a man. You're gay. Like get out. Like bitch, I'm not dumb. I know what I'm saying. Y'all know
But
what I'm
at
saying.
first she
You're
said
like,
woman
I
to
know.
woman. We gotta remember this is not a straight woman.
Fuck it.
This is not a straight woman.
But she
They both got what they
identified
got.
as a woman. That's why she did that.
Oh. Well,
He
I
call a
get
heterosexual
that. I've heard
woman,
that.
and he wouldn't call it heterosexual.
Exactly.
Do you not realize that a lot of trans people do not identify, which is I don't understand why they're even in the LGBTQ. They don't identify as gay.
I know what you mean.
They identify as
Because they're
straight.
it's a different experience. They go through way more. Well, they go through so many different things than us. They deserve to have their own thing.
Adopting the
Experience is
ideology
different.
of a straight cis hetero straight black woman. You're a gay man, baby. Stay out of women business.
But just because
That's what
the path is different, just because the
She
path
gave
is
that?
different doesn't mean that it should be.
But he
and
gave
that's
something
what
else.
you got, baby. Don't forget, you're a man too.
Everybody
But
has
That's what you got.
everybody has their process. Everybody
Okay.
has what they go through their path. They should have respected each other's path. And I
She-
feel like when she jumped out the window with that, she fell on her face and she didn't like it.
She said woman to woman. So she didn't even identify or say
Yes.
she was trans. She
Exactly.
said woman to woman, and you are a gay man. He could have simply said, first of all, I'm binary. I am not a gay man. And I think maybe if she had responded again the same way, then maybe we would say something, right? Because now she knows what he identified. You look what you look like, and she just assumed that
Right.
he was a gay man. It's obvious that she is a woman or woman.
Exactly.
She's obvious she's trans. He would not have said that if he didn't know she was a trans woman. He wouldn't just call a heterosexual woman a woman. So he meant it.
No, but he would no. Like, listen, if a heterosexual would have told me that, bitch, I would have called you a bitch, and I probably would have read you and said, "Worry about your motherfucking kids and your baby daddy and this and the third." Because bitch, you was being shitty. Like, I would have found something else.
But if you don't respect as a man, you can't act like that.
Well, you definitely
No,
shouldn't
but you
toss
definitely
that
don't
out
tell me
there
to stay in
like
my place
that.
because you're a gay man.
I get what you're saying, but at the same
I
time,
get
you
that,
gotta
yeah.
see what had happened in that situation.
Right,
'Cause
in
I feel
that
like you're
situation.
drawing from experiences that you've had with other straight women, and I know being in this community, like as a cis woman, I've seen it happen to other gay men where straight women, cis women can be disrespectful to gay men and tell them to be in their place. But this is a trans woman. I feel like you're drawing
Yes.
from that experience and putting.
It's
She
so,
said
but
woman
she's
to
drawing
woman.
from a cis hetero straight experience. That's why she didn't. You said it yourself.
No,
She
she
fought her
didn't
whole life to
She-
mold into that. So I don't blame her.
She's one of those trans women that feels that she is straight and she's a woman talking to another woman. So she felt at this moment, I'm a woman. You're a gay man. You're beneath me. You're wanting to get in our business. This is about women, baby. Stay your fruitcake ass over there.
Hermione. Oh my god.
What's the undertone, bro?
What?
I swear there was a time you said that men shouldn't be in women's business. I don't know why he's
But
in
when a
their
person
business.
says that, it is to level the playing field and is to put you in your place. So if she said that out of her mouth, she cannot expect him to not return with putting her in her place.
Honestly,
Like, you just shouldn't have
I
said
felt
it.
like she was politely asking him to get out of the conversation. Like this is an A and B conversation.
Right.
Politely,
So see your ass out of it.
okay.
Yes, woman to woman.
No,
Woman
that's
to
not
woman. I'm
polite.
not talking to you.
No.
And she didn't have to say trans woman because they're both trans. Woman to woman.
No.
You
Because
know?
here's my thing: if that was a biological woman, and they were, and she told me that, she would have got bitch. She would have very much so got that. Bitch, don't ever play with me, Miss Mama.
it's
I would have read her for blood.
But if you're gonna,
You got
He
red.
misgender her and disrespectful, brought her down to the lowest, like by calling her a man. I'm saying if it was a heterosexual woman, a man would not be coming out of his word. I'd rather her have said bitch than to say she was a man. Because right now you just took it to another level. You just
another
disrespect-
level.
Another level. I think it's a whole nother level.
Well, you categorize
Like,
him.
you know how
so
serious
she
that
got
is.
categorized back. You know what I'm
We
saying?
know how
Like,
hard it is for people to accept the trans experience,
It is.
even within the LGBT
Hello, dear.
community. So he
Might I
just
say
revealed
something?
himself.
Yes.
please.
All right.
Somebody said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Izzy, what's going on? How
That
you feel
part.
about
Hello,
this?
darling.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm just so frustrated because I do classify as gender nonconforming, non-binary, and to live in a binary world and to have no language about who you are, there's no culture. Like, really, non-binary people are at the bottom because we're not classified. Trans women can assume womanhood. Trans men can assume manhood. Now, clearly, what we have here is a trans femme experience that I forgot his name, but you know the person who said they don't
Fran.
identify. What was their name?
Fran.
Brand.
Fran.
Fran.
F-R-A-N.
Fran. So, like, if you
Fran
listen
Drescher.
to that honestly, like
Right.
in terms of there's a logical and then there's going there. My thing is, I do one or two things. I either leave or I read. There's just that, right? So first of all, I feel like if it was a woman conversation, and you see all those people at the table, y'all already having drinks. You know the nature of a conversation. You say this is a woman to woman conversation, or this conversation is between her and I, right? But if there's no preface, you cannot then go back and say, oh, this is a woman to woman conversation. But honestly, if you're listening to the argument escalate, when she was again identifying who Fran was, and she was like repeatedly like, yes, you are like, you're telling me my identity. And then you can listen to Fran and you hear like, I classify at, like, you hear classify, like like they were trying to take it in. I'm sorry with the pronouns and such. But so it's they were trying to be respectful, but it's like also there comes a point where, I know the math, I know the community, and it's like I could either let you disrespect me, or just how you're coming at my throat, I could shut it off right now. Because honestly, it's just like we know in the community, like being in the Black experience, we know about the Black hegemon. And that's very much the case. Like, when you're, as much as there is racism, we still are suppressed by the Black patriarchy. Same thing in the trans community. Like, people in the gender nonconforming community, trans femme are under people who identify as in the binary. And so it's just like, I'm not going to sit here and let you put yourself over me. I deal with that shit all the time. So if I know how to get to you, because you're disrespecting me and you obviously don't care about me as a person, it doesn't have to be a part of my morals. It doesn't have to be what I have to believe in. But it's like respect can be maintained 24/7 as I am respecting you. And the minute you lose that, but it was just like, she tried it. Like, you kept coming to me. And people go different ways. I can't tell. Like, once you leave logical and rational, people go any way they want to, and you can't hold them responsible because that was your mouth that started it.
If she would have said to you, "You're a gay man," how does that sound? How does that feel to you? For when somebody says, "Stay out of," you're a gay man.
Exactly. And so my experience is nuanced. There's no, like, yes, I identify with gay, but what is like man for me, I don't know. I don't identify as that. So I'm like, what? So it would be less about me and what are you trying to do to me? Like, why is that your choice of word? And what else?
Because you're trying to, exactly. I get it.
You could easily be like, hey, politely, respectfully, I'm having a conversation with her right now. If you wouldn't mind, that's respect. But I don't know their relationship and the storyline, but it's just like, clearly you're not respecting me. So
I mean, but even in the way a person sets boundaries, that the way she set the boundary was obviously harsh. Like, regardless of the way you want to put it, that's a harsh boundary. When somebody says stay out of grown folks' business, is that not harsh compared to, sweetie, this isn't the type of conversation that you should be in? The boundary was harsh, and so of course he's going to take it the way it is and throw it back at her.
And then secondly, it's honestly equivalent. If I don't identify as a man, like as a male, and you don't either, we're both trans femme, they were right. If you think I'm a man, you're a man too. It might hurt you a little bit more. I could stomach it because I'm nuanced. I go between the genders and such. Well, I don't define myself by gender, but when you disrespecting me, I know how to get to you. We're in the same lane. That's how I feel.
But I feel like non-binary people can be harder to identify, right? They don't present as either. Sometimes I've seen people who say they're binary, but they're more masculine presenting, and vice versa. What she saw, I know it's wrong to just assume someone's, pronouns or identity, but what she saw was a gay man. So she identified him as a gay man too. He said other. He just said that I'm not a gay man. He didn't state that he was binary. I don't feel like she even thought she was disrespecting him. She thought she was telling him that woman to woman, I don't need you in this conversation. Could you please just see your way out? Like, I think that's what it is. I don't think she was intentionally.
She didn't say that. She said you're a gay man.
I know you hung up on the gay man stuff.
Because that's what it is. Because it's the intention. It's the intention.
That's the classification.
No,
Don't tell me who
it was
I
the
am.
Man part for
let me tell you who you are.
It's a no for me, because at the same time, we know we could sit at a table and there'd be trans women who haven't transitioned yet, and you're not going to like her. And so you think just because you can perform the transition, you're performing, you're in it, you got the money, the coins to look the part, that it applies. Like, no,
I
like,
say she was 100%
don't disrespect me.
right, but in that argument, just in that argument alone, I don't think she saw it as being disrespectful, because she thought he was being disrespectful because he wouldn't get out the conversation even after she told him it was a woman to woman, because he probably already thought in the back of his head that she was a man regardless of her transition. That's
no, it's a fact that you know that you were born male. So, bitch, we can go down to like, so you want to get cute and catty? Well, let's get cute and catty. That's what that was.
Can I just say something as a cisgendered woman? Okay, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
I had to take a break from my work day here on Sunday to talk to y'all real quick. Okay. Can I say something as a cisgender 52, 53-year-old woman here? First of all, I am sick and tired. Now, Miles, I'm not getting on you. I'm tired, though, of my women, trans or cis. Can we stop with the, just because we have hormones, that gives us an excuse to act a complete ass? Okay, can we just stop that? You could control your mouth just as good as the next person. If I want respect as a woman, and I want respect as a human being, and I'm going to respect you, I'm going to need to give that same respect. Okay? So let's control our hormones and stop using it as an excuse to act a goddamn fool. Second of all, if I say it as a cisgender woman, oh, you a gay man, you in woman's business, I meant that as a dig, okay?
Yes.
Let's break it down,
man,
please. Yes.
I'm gonna call you a B. That's exactly what I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna be like, you a beat at nigga. That's exactly what I'm gonna say, okay? Because you in women's business, okay? Third of all, can we just say they all on this show here, and she's trying to get a name for herself, so she's gonna act a plum lily fool, and she's gonna make us women, trans or cis, look bad. I'm gonna need you to take a few steps back, okay? Because if you want me to respect you, okay, or anybody, I'm just going to look at you as a human being. And I'm in the energy space. The energy she's giving off is trash and ratchet. I'm going to need you to actually elevate yourself a little bit, okay? I'm going to need you to elevate yourself and stop using whatever you've been through. She's been through something. You've been through something. I've been through something, okay? So let's just cut it out. I'm tired of this. If you want the woman terminology, you want the woman label, if you want me to respect you woman to woman, I'm going to tell you woman to woman, sis, you out of order because you're not respecting the man. A gay, non-binary, straight, I don't care. Dog, cat, it doesn't matter. You're not respecting the man. So for me to get a respect as a woman, you're going to have to give that same respect back, period. Yep. That's how I feel about it. As an elder, okay, so that's where we at.
Well, hold on, I just agree because you know me, it's the gay man part. You know the undertone in that, Lisa.
Yep.
But she's a trans woman. She's a woman of trans experience.
You was protecting her. You could give it Miles to her, but what about Fran? Like, they were disrespected. Like,
that's disrespectful.
But Fran, okay. Just like with the James Charles thing, I said there's degrees. Sorry,
I bet you ask him now, he would tell you most people see me and the first thing they assume is that I'm a gay man.
But why is it important to call out?
Like, let me tell you something. People know me. Listen, I am a gay man. Armand, am a gay man. I'm out. I'm not binary. If that bitch would have told me you're a gay man, stay out of women's business, I'd have said, bitch, and so are you. It's not about knowing if I'm binary or not. It's the fact that you trying it with the gay man shit. It's the undertone of.
Here's the thing, Armand. For you,
like, ew.
For you, that was the trigger. Armand, for you, I feel like that's the trigger, and for me too, that would be the trigger. But I feel like for him, it was the man part. You're calling me a man, and wait, woman to woman. For him, yeah, he felt that, but I don't think it was the gay part.
I feel like it was the gay man
what he said was woman to woman, and her being trans too was like I'm putting myself above you, because then it was not just you're a man, it was woman to woman, and you're a gay man. So like, girl, get out of it. Like, you wish you could be us.
No, you keep putting that gay part on it. You keep putting that extra sauce on it.
Heterosexual women say that to us. They say that in a way like You guys wish you could be us. Just remember, baby, you'll never be a real woman. You're a gay man.
No.
And she adopted
That's not what he was.
acknowledge
That's
you.
not what she was
She
saying.
did.
Even if that wasn't what she meant, honest to God, if I'm telling a heterosexual cisgendered man, this is woman business, get your behind out of it. I'm gonna be saying something derogatory towards him, regardless of sexuality. So if man was a trigger for him, I will give you that. But then when he says, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, she needed to take that step back and then have some
And she
actual
did.
respect. But
He
she
said
did
man
not.
fast
She
though.
kept going.
No, but
He
she
called her
doesn't
man
matter how
fast.
he said it.
Also,
She didn't respect it.
I see Fran as the most vulnerable person because they don't have language to describe who they are, how they feel. And you're saying we're all admitting that, yes, like Cindy said, odds are people are going around perceiving them as they are not. And so you always have to deal with that in general. So it's like that's already the chip on the shoulder. And then you got somebody who is in your community who understands gendered language and how it feels to be pushed down by a binary society, and you trying it. So at this point, I'm gonna give you a taste. Like if you raise hell, you don't get to choose when it ends. Like I'm gonna take it there. Like you don't get to disrespect me. Like I'm already disrespected enough, and you have language that you can operate in. But honestly, on a not like, I feel like if we was in the year 3000, it's like you could have just said, "I'm talking to her right now. Could you please?" Like she took it there.
Yep.
Like you did not have to come for.
When she said woman to woman, I think she just meant person to person. Sorry, Izzy. I think she just meant person to person.
No.
I don't think
No.
No,
She just
can I
meant woman
say
to
it?
woman, person to
Can I
person.
say
We're
it
about
as
to
a
talk.
woman?
Do that.
As
Not.
a woman, that meant stay yo, you know what,
Bitch
out of my
ass,
business.
faggot ass,
Okay,
out of
I
it.
can say it on here.
Right.
Oh my
Bitch ass out my business.
gosh.
That's
That-
exactly what.
That's
And
crazy.
this is a woman. Wait a minute. Hey, honey, I
If
have told
a
many a
straight
bitch
woman
ass
was
to get
saying
out
that
my
to a
business.
straight man, guess what she would be calling him? If Lisa and Cindy having a conversation, and a straight man is in women business, they gonna be like they were Peter Thompson. When he was all in the business between Nene and Cynthia, they like, nigga, you acting like a bitch. You know, a bitch ass thing. You know, that's like calling a man a punk. Like, you in women business. So when a trans woman, whatever that identifies like that, she knew what she was saying. Like, you're a gay man. You'll never be a woman. Stop trying to get in it with that, sissy.
She knows what she's saying. We can keep going back and forth about this, but she knows exactly what she was saying.
But you know what's so frustrating? This is why I created a platform like this, because even there is not a space for LGBT men that look like me, you know, to say these things, because we are always having to bite the bullet and defend the woman, defend the trans, defend the non-binary, defend everything else. But but no one is here to defend us. Yet we make excuses for every other people. We make excuses for the women to disrespect us. We make excuses for the fucking trans to be able to disrespect us. We make excuses for everybody else to disrespect us. But we can't sit out here and say, listen, motherfucker, don't play with us either. No, because now it's a phobia.
Well, there's a way to say
it's
it.
a fat phobia. It's a homophobia.
There's a way to
it's
say
a
it. I mean, he was
transphobia,
pure
it's a
disrespectful.
black women phobia. That's bullshit.
I feel like it's a disservice to everyone. Let's just keep it real.
It is.
Us
It
doing
is.
that on camera, off camera, is a disservice to all. We all look bad. We all look bad in the community because it looks like we can't even respect each other in an argument, right? If we're gonna live by these pronouns, right? If we're gonna be living our truth, we should, regardless of how heated it gets, it should never get to the point where we disrespect each other's identity. It could
Exactly.
in a different way. So we all look bad at the end of it. And it's true. None of that should have been said. Whether he said she was a man and she didn't, identify or recognize his binary, especially when he said, I'm not a gay man, she should have respected it there. I see what you're saying. But I also understand that as humans, in the heat of the moment, you really don't give a fuck anymore. And it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
There's a
And we
line.
cannot expect gay men, I'm just saying gay, in between. I know I'm a man. I am a man. I'm not binary. I'm not trans. I'm not drag. I am a gay man, black man. Don't expect, because you identify as anything other than what you were born as, whatever the fuck you feel. Don't expect that you can come and say whatever the fuck you want to say to me. And because you have this different way of identifying now, and it may be a little bit more sensitive, that I can't respond in a way that might trigger you. Fuck out of here.
Mad about straight people because straight people get mad too. Is it okay for them to be mad and then mispronounce? Is it because you're gay that you have the ability and the right to do that now?
I feel like everybody knows at the end of the day, everybody knows what boundary you got when it comes to arguing with somebody. You know what you can say where it's, you throwing stuff back and forth. But once you start breaking people down, their weak points and you start throwing that out there. The minute you do that, that's when everything comes off and people throw things back at you and you cannot be hurt about that because you opened that boundary. And she opened that when she started to break him down and talk about who he was and who he wasn't. There were several times in that video, where he tried to correct her. I don't care whether she missed it or not. That's her fault. She missed that. So when she started coming back with what she said and he said what he said, that was on her. That was on her.
But Sean, is that what we're doing now? Because we can, with this argument that you and Armand are presenting, we can say that the straight community is allowed to get their feelings hurt if they got hurt or they felt disrespected. They can mispronounce them. Is that acceptable? Do you think we would accept that? We wouldn't.
Okay, as the straight community person here, no, it's not acceptable. It's never acceptable. I mean, none of this, all this misgendering and I'm straight, but I've had plenty of stuff to deal with. I have people telling me I'm not as much of a woman, or I'm not black, or I'm not this. And I've had a lot of people telling me I'm not a whole lot of shit in my life, okay? But at the end of the damn day, can we just accept everybody for who you are? But when I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I have a trans woman coming at me, telling me she is more of a woman than me because of X, Y, Z, I'm gonna be like, why are you coming at me like that, sis? You come at me disrespectfully, I'm sorry. Then our conversation is over. I have a right to feel disrespected if you're coming at me in a disrespectful fashion, because I'm not coming at you like that. So I think we have to get to the point where people can't just feel like they can just come at everybody's neck just in your kind of way because they have whatever it is that they're dealing with as they're presenting in this world. Don't come at me sideways. I'm not going to come at you sideways.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
And could you imagine if the conversation was on the other foot? Like maybe, Fran was arguing with one of the butch queens on there, and Alicia got into it, and he said, "Get out, stay out of this. You're trans. This is gay boys talking. You're trans."
And that would have been a big conversation.
People would have been going left. Why can't she talk as a woman, or better yet?
Well, no, he's allowed to say that because gay males have their own experience.
Let's have two men having a conversation, and let's throw this in a black woman.
Guys say that all the time.
And somebody say, "Stay out of this conversation. You're a woman." Oh shit! Not the women can't speak.
Right? No, it's a bunch of shit now.
The fucking torches are out, and we're destroying cities, homes, and towers. How fucking dare you say the black woman can't speak? How dare you say the trans community can't speak? How fucking dare you? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all not finna do this. Y'all not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Everybody is doing whatever the fuck they want to do. But all these other groups are so protected. But when he met her where she was at, he was wrong. Fuck that bitch. Do it to me, bitch. You're a man. Period. I'm with Fran. Period. Bitch. Somebody's gonna have to protect the gay boys, bitch, and it'll be me.
I just don't think it helps anybody. It just doesn't help anybody.
I don't think it's right, but at the same time,
shouldn't have been said.
You should be respectful, and disrespect, there should be no levels. It's just the Wild Wild West. So let's not go there, because let's keep it here. Because you don't understand, like, if Fran didn't go there, you don't know what he would have went through in his chest in the shower, banging his head on the wall. No, get it out. If you feel some type of way, they made you feel some type of way because they disrespected you. They get what they had coming for them. Like, let's keep it respectful or not. Like, we're both being respectful, practicing community or not. Like, there's no.
Disrespectful, just no limits.
You gotta be the change you want to see. You gotta be the change.
And it don't start with me.
It's wrong all the way around.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
He called her a man. Like, come on. That's like the worst thing you could say to a trans woman. We can't like that's not the worst thing you could say to a trans woman.
Oh my God.
Okay, but
It's bad all the way
don't
around, but
when
she started it.
You are
And I know
sending
that
yeah, don't
sounds
get
me,
it
childish,
guys.
but
confused.
she
You are
shouldn't have said
Listen,
that.
sending me,
as
bitch.
as a woman,
I
you
get
should
it.
not be sitting here being disrespectful to a man or anybody else. But we just could talk about man to woman,
Mhm.
woman to man. You cannot sit here and be disrespectful like that, and then expect to be treated like a queen. Because right now you
Exactly.
acting like a peasant. Okay,
Right.
so that's exactly how you're
But
going
he's
to
acting
get
like a
treated. I
peasant
understand be
too.
the change.
Then y'all
I
both should be
understand you
peasants.
want to be the change.
Right.
Okay, but by the same token, you also got to read the room. Now I'm willing to be the change until I see, okay, I might have to read you and then I'll exit stage left. Okay, because I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
I'm not for it. I'm just
I
not
get
for it.
that.
I get that, Lisa. But we gotta be the change. We have to. We can't be like we can't do this in our community.
I
Let's
am
all
every day,
for
baby.
right.
I'm every day. Listen to me.
Hmm.
Let me tell you something. As a black woman that is educated and has made something for herself and is an entrepreneur, every day I get the opportunity to be the change. And almost every day, I hear from somebody from our community. I don't care what gender you are. I hear from somebody from our community about how I'm either not black enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough. I'm tired. Okay? I'm tired of it. I am the change every day and I am the example. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm still human. As much as I meditate, as much as I live in a 5D, baby, I still have that 3D side to me. And you just might get that Lisa today if
Most
you keep
definitely.
pushing my buttons. Now, I am the change. I want all of us to stop this. We shouldn't have to identify. Identifications are a divisive
Yes.
tool to divide us all from being unified and as one. Period. So I feel that.
Period.
I own that. But if you trying to be on TV and trying to get a name for yourself, I tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna get punked out. Now that's what we not fixing to do today. Now that's all I got to say on that subject, baby.
Most definitely.
Shaziria?
Most definitely. Yes,
Okay.
Lisa.
So my
I
so my question is, okay, as her being transgender, and you would never want anybody to try to, like, he did tell you you're a man, you would never want anybody to look at you and be like, girl, you're not a woman. You're a man, no matter what, biologically, da da da. So should she not have had a thought in her mind being a part of the LGBT plus community? Should she not have had a thought in her mind to not even try to turn around and look at somebody and be like, you're a man?
Exactly.
Should she not
Yep.
have had that thought? Like, that's something that's not registering to me. You're a part of the community, and y'all know
Yep.
how it is for people in the community. I've seen it myself, so I'm just like, I mean, I'm guilty of saying things to people and stuff like that. You know, I've had to go back and apologize and stuff. So I'm just like, for you to be a part of the community, how could that not be a thought in your one of the first thoughts of your mind to turn around and be like, you're a man, and then for him to say, no, I'm not, but then you keep on saying you're a man. So what if I just walk up to you and be like, you're a man? No, I'm a trans. No, you're a man, love. No, I'm a trans. No, you're a man, love. Like I said. So how would you, like, you know, why is nobody having that thought?
But he didn't say he was binary. He just said he was
But
not
I
a gay
shouldn't have
man.
to. If I told you I'm not a
Yes.
man, I said I'm not a man. Just like if she said
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a man, I'm a woman, I'm not a man. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. He shouldn't have to say I'm not binary. He shouldn't have to explain himself fully. I don't have to do none of that. You should have had that thought. So as soon as I said I'm not a man, you should have said, oh my bad, girl, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he should have had to sit up and explain himself. Nobody has to
Mm-hmm.
explain themselves to anybody.
Yep.
She should have had that thought in her mind, like, why would I disrespect this person like that?
Mm-hmm.
You
And she
straight
didn't, and so she
disrespected
sped
him.
straight through that, and then she got lit up, and now
And
it's a
here's the
problem.
thing.
Exactly.
Like,
You got
And
what
a
you
lot
asked
of trans people mainstream society has put them in the LGBTQ. A lot of
Right.
them don't identify as that. They get offended by that because they feel as though they are straight. So she was coming from she was basically calling him a faggot because she believes she's not a
Okay.
man.
You're
She's
not gonna put
straight.
words in her mouth
Like,
like
come
that.
on.
Oh God, not the F word. You did not say that.
She pretty much that's what that was.
No, you just don't like the gay man part, but he wasn't even looking at the
Girl.
gay
But by
part. It
her
was just
not
the
saying
man
gay man,
part.
she was
I
being
feel like you
extremely
guys would trigger.
derogatory.
He'd rather be called the F word.
I think she would rather be called the F word too
She
than a
so
man.
No, she feels as though
They both would.
she's a woman and she's more superior than this gay men. Just like a lot of straight women feel as though you gay men will never be women. Stop.
I think they feel like men are superior, so they should be respected as
But
women.
those are women. No, the women who think like that, Armand, are transphobic. You understand? I do not.
But there are transgender. This is what I'm telling you. Something that goes on in our culture. Gay men and transgender women, they don't always see eye to eye. There is this thing there, and the thing is there. They feel like gay men. This is why I feel like trans women and cisgender women should really unite.
Get together.
A lot of trans women adapt the same type of thought process that some straight women have. They think that you guys are gay men. Like, we're not gay men.
But I think that has a lot to do with it's their own personal struggle, and I think that they identify with that personal struggle, and then also having to transform themselves like that. So they want to be so much like the born, maybe original woman, that they align themselves with those viewpoints. And like either way, kind of like what we were saying before, either way it's wrong, but she shouldn't have took it there. We didn't have to break down what somebody looked like, what sex they were. Like, that wasn't even a part of the conversation. So if you wanted that person to step out of the situation, you could have addressed them as such, like, hey, I was talking to this person. Right. What's going on? Like, why are you in the conversation? I'm talking to this person.
For him, for Fran, was that she said woman to woman. And if he identifies as binary, he's like, well, I don't even identify.
Non-binary, by the way.
Either. No, excuse me, non-binary. I don't even identify as either. So I feel like I belong in this conversation. I feel like he felt like he belonged in this conversation. And
if you look at Fran, if we want to take it a step further, Fran is very feminine. Very feminine. He's.
But there's many feminine gay men.
But you're not listening. You're not hearing me. So her saying that, she's clocked that T. So she's probably like, this. We're real women. You're a gay man. You're a knockoff. You're not a woman. So you can switch your hips. You can have your fake butt. But you'll never be a woman like me.
You can put on makeup.
Fake butt. That's what you're saying. That's what it was saying.
Yes.
Okay. And if she thought like that, that's very ignorant. If she did,
and trans women don't like when biological women do that to them and say, you can be trans, but you'll never have a baby. You'll never have ovaries. You can never have a period.
Or are you gonna adopt? Are you gonna adopt?
They don't. It's the same shit.
It's the equivalent. Like, you can't, like, that'll be like if a woman walked up and been like, after she said, you're a man, and he said, no, I'm not. Or he said, okay, and you're a man. And another woman walked up and been like, yeah, girl, you're not a woman, but I was born like this, girl. What are you even sitting up there talking about? It would have been a whole other slew of problems. Exactly what Armand just said. So it's just not fair for you to look at somebody. Like I said, you're a part of the community. So why would you even look at somebody after they just told you no?
Think about it.
And
this is why women and transgender women have so many issues, because women feel like, bitch, you can never be a woman like me. You can't have a baby. You can't have a period. And trans women, the fight is here because they feel like our womanhood is not accepted. It's the same thing that she gave to Fran. Like, Fran is very feminine. He's pussy. He's cunt. Fran is fish. Okay?
But we need to respect each other regardless. If you're a trans woman, I respect your womanhood and what you've gone through, and vice versa. We have two different experiences. I'm not ignorant, and the trans person shouldn't be ignorant to the fact that we share two different kind of womanhood experience. But we are going to respect each other as women.
Well, there's nothing to respect if you're not going to respect me.
Right. You took that foundation off. You took that foundation away when you started trying to tell me who I was.
Don't come for me. I will disrespect you as soon as you disrespect me, but I'm gonna disrespect you harder. I'm gonna make you cry. I'm gonna slice you up with
I still feel like it was in the heat of.
Why is that so okay for people? Like, why does that have to be the norm?
She shouldn't have said it in the first place. Like, you shouldn't have never thought about it. Like,
and I can tell you, let me tell you.
But none of them come out on top at this point.
If Fran was a little bit more masculine, like the trade, she wouldn't have responded like that. It's because Fran is pussy. She gave that, like, girl.
He probably wouldn't respond like that either.
Yeah.
Huh?
He probably wouldn't respond like that either because he is pussy or whatever.
Is the reason why she said you're a gay man, like, girl, like, because they've already clocked that Fran got the fake butt. Fran is, giving like, I'm Kim K, like I'm a queen. I'm a feminine gay. So the trans is already looking like, girl, she wants to be a girl so bad. You're not. So
but in reality, if he wanted to be a girl, he would go
conversation.
ahead and
You're a gay
transition
man.
clearly.
See, you're a gay man, baby.
But Armand, isn't it kind of like he didn't? If he's going to be like, she should respect the fact that he's cunty, right? You know, he is giving feminine energy. That's his right to do so. But at the same time, he didn't transition. Did he become a woman? No.
Nope.
The other person did. Okay.
Well, I didn't know that he needed to be respected. I didn't know that was
being disrespectful.
She wears her pronouns on the outside.
Like saying the transgender is not on your level because she wasn't born with a pussy.
No, it's just saying their experience is different. It's a trans woman experience. They're two different things.
It's exactly what Armand is saying. It's exactly what he's saying. Because like I said, I've been guilty of it, and I had to evolve and stop being like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Shadari, with all due respect, you are a heterosexual biological woman, right? That's a trans woman. She knows she was born a male. She's fought her whole life to be this. And then you just call her man.
That's what I'm saying. I've been.
Wow, you are kidding me,
baby. He could have said anything else before, and I had to stop disrespecting him because I'm like, you are a woman, you are a trans woman.
It's
no,
like
you're not
the
a biological woman,
transphobia was waiting
so I've
to
had
jump
to come
out
to a
of
point where I stopped disrespecting them, so I fully understand as a black woman. I've said that before, so I know what she was trying to do to him by saying that. You're straight up saying, nigga, you are gay. You are a gay man, matter of fact, and I'm a woman. So stay over there in a gay man's place, and we're having a womanly conversation. See your way out of it before I have to get on your ass. But then instead, he got
especially because he's a feminine gay man. So you already let him know, like, girl, you'll never be a girl.
Right. You're a step
I feel
below
like she
me.
would have done that to a masculine gay man too. If you're gay, you're gay. Whether you're
and a masculine gay man could turn around and say, "Girl, you're a man just like me."
That wouldn't have happened.
Right, and it would have been the same. It would have been the same
Oh,
thing.
Lang, girl. So what are you talking about? Like,
I feel like she was wrong, but he was also wrong.
We're not negating anybody being wrong. We're just meeting disrespect with disrespect. If you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you back.
And then who was the one that disrespected first? Obviously, was the trans woman. That was
right.
That was
well,
her.
he took it as disrespectful. He took it as disrespectful.
Okay, we can watch it over and over, and we can clearly see there was disrespect there. Clearly, they were not
like
friends. They're not buddies.
And
like it'd be different if they were cool.
And disrespect needs to disrespect back. So yeah,
right.
Argument.
No, please. Oh my gosh. Please. So awful.
Excuse me, I identify as non-binary. So therefore.
Oh, good to find out. I guess I was supposed to figure that out from your eyeshadow.
You can say what you want to say, that's fine. So what are you? But I'm not going to. So what are you? So what are you? What are you? I'm not that bitch. What are you? What are you? Hello?
Pure disrespect.
Hello? What are you? Hello?
She's waiting.
She's waiting.
He ain't got no redeeming qualities. I'm sorry. At least she's sitting. Relax.
I'm not that one, honey.
Shut that mouth up. Take your medication. Take your medication.
That's that point for me.
Whoever cares the most loses.
That's the tea. Hold on. Now, if you really catch it, the tea is she already couldn't take Fran. Fran had a purse and everything. Fran is giving, bitch, I'm fish too.
Fran is better than her.
So she already feels the way like, bitch, girl,
I'm not in
you are not girl. We're women. So you're trying to jump in this conversation just because you got a purse and this little fake butt. Miss Mamas, you're not a real girl.
But
that's what she was given. That's no different what a cisgender woman would give to a transgender woman in an argument. It's the same thing.
Please give me your pronouns if I disrespect. She's like, what are you?
She can make
right. What are you? What are you?
If we took away the words, you can clearly say, even if she said, "What are you?" She don't care about what.
She don't care.
She doesn't have to care, but she's asking.
I mean, she should if she wants to be respected. This goes back to
she's asking him to respect him. You're not a gay male, so tell me.
So
Now
she's
you
not
really
asking.
Right at that point, you called her a
Why
man.
did she say it like
I'm
that?
trying to let y'all know, y'all gotta see where the shit stemmed from. Why would you
Yes.
respond that way? You gotta clock the tea. Fran had
have
came in
to.
with the purse and the body. He already given
Okay.
like I'm one of the girls too. Like,
But we're just assuming that
no, bitch,
That's
y'all
what it
listen
is.
to me.
Obvious.
What the fuck are
It's
you talking
obvious.
about?
Okay, then it was obvious
You
to
guys
her
are
that he
fucking
was a gay
crazy.
man. Okay, it's obvious that he was a gay man to
But
her.
me and Fran are not the same. Sean and Fran
Like
are
I
not the same.
said,
She probably wouldn't have came at me that same way.
like I said, her being a part of the community,
Who
before she
knows?
called
Who
him a man,
knows?
she should not have come out hollering.
Bro.
I mean, you're a
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You're a part of the community. You know how that makes you feel.
I feel
So
like
when
we
he said,
could
I'm
go
not a
on
man,
and
she
on
should have
on
said,
this.
I'm
Yeah, we
sorry.
can. We
We
can.
really can, because I would never come to
Y'all are
nobody
fucking
like that.
tried it.
Because if they came
point
at
is
me
that
like
we
that, I
wouldn't be
wouldn't have my
doing it.
feelings hurt, because I knew what I was throwing out.
he was the more aggressive one regardless, so they're both coming at each other. All I know is they're both a pair of yapping bitches. That's what they both are.
All right, thanks for coming on. Right. God damn it.
Right.
We're gonna be on here all fucking day.
Right.
But bitch, you sit me today.
You know.
But yeah,
that was
today
intense.
was a legendary motherfucking show. This was on our old show, the 2 hour.
Right, a classic. A classic.
But yeah, I'm all talked out. We got into some
Me too,
things.
that was intense. Oh gosh.
Yeah, follow me everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Way over time. The show is done. Shit.
Yes, please check me out at Miles at the Matrix. Please subscribe. I posted a video about my semen retention journey, and I posted a video about my high vibrational diet. And check me out on OnlyFans also. Thank you.
You guys can check me out on Instagram at @IAM_Sean Christopher. I have a new interview coming out soon. I will let you guys know more about those details when that comes up. But yes, @IAM_Sean Christopher on Instagram.
All right. Till next time, we might have to finish this conversation because this conversation can go.
This came up
randomly. I might need to get the whole cast on. I need to get Fran on here.
Yes. Oh my
Get the whole
gosh.
shit going. All right. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Right.